it, y'all.
In you.
I believe. Say it, say it.
I believe you.
I trust.
I trust.
Come on.
In you.
Oh, Lord.
Oh Lord, Jehovah, you.
Where y'all at? Come on, come on.
I trust in you.
I believe. Say it.
I believe
You are the God of miracles.
you are the God of miracles.
You are the God of wonder.
You are
So long, hey, so long, yeah, so long. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. Somebody wave me bye-bye, somebody wave me bye-bye. You ain't welcome here, you ain't welcome here. Goodbye to my trouble, goodbye to my pain, y'all. I can't hear you up there. Somebody ring it up, say. Somebody ring it
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Time check. It's 10 minutes to the hour of 7 o'clock, and you're listening to the Ground Report. Well, I seen in the headliners here the lawyer held in Candace's case, eh? What they're saying is that the man was with his lawyer. So you know that would go down and aid in a betting kind of bacchanal. And then surgeries for free. 8,000 patients set to benefit as US teams arrive, which is good. But we have a whole backup surgeries there to deal with. Murder victims' relatives, SOE, no help. Yes, well, so you don't help with murders, partner. Oh boy, well, the NCC chair say a pan factory coming. Wassel promises a better supply for North Coast. A man held. Yeah, a man held trying to access restricted airport areas. Oh boy, Carl denies airlines accommodated ministers. They deny, they say no one was pulled from flights. Oh boy, a little man jumped from a building. He dies. A man who stabbed a Venezuelan woman, he was held. Well, what's on your front burner this morning, Trinidad and Tobago? PM stops party. Tell UNC MPs to avoid fets during SOE. So what fets those UNP MPs was going? Well, he's suspecting Candace murder. He was held. The Housing Ministry to build 20,000 new homes. Well, let me hear that day now. The lead story is PM to MPs, no partying during SOE, following criticisms over recent social outings by some UNC parliamentarians. Prime Minister Kamala Prasad-Bissessar had urged members of her government to avoid partying and fetting while the country remains under a state of emergency. saying this is not the time for such activities. Minister in the Ministry of Housing, Philip Alexander, confirmed the directive yesterday and defended the government's decision to implement the SOA. Yeah? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It have a special report, the 2015 prison break and oh boy, while try to get back that story earlier. The lines are open, the lines are open. How was your weekend? Yes, how was your weekend? What's on your front burner? What do you think about the Prime Minister telling her MPs and them about the partying? While I see he's going on, that's how he. Not feeling 100 today, but the show have to go on, eh? So all of the lines are open, eh? What says thou? Go ahead, call them morning.
Hi, good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
Yes, Andy. Over the weekend, I've been looking back at all that took place. Oh, you know, the state of emergency and everything. Andy, I want to know if these people in this country are serious. I want to know if they realize. I mean, they say not all, but the ones who call in and criticizing. I wonder if they realize that this was a critical situation that took place there on Friday. You understand? And I want to compliment the Commissioner of Police, because that man proved that he is a big man. He is really a Commissioner of Police who is doing his work. He proved that he is not a little girl guide. You understand? Because when he observed that there was a threat, he used his intelligence, his position, and what he, to make sure he do what had to be done immediately to avoid a disaster. People don't seem to understand. If that man hadn't acted the way he did, there was no time to waste, as he said. If he did not act the way he acted, we, all of us, or half of us today, could have been dead. You understand? Because if he had allowed this thing to happen, and these people had got out, Annie, we don't know how much gangsters we have in this country, We don't know how much of them from Venezuela in this country, And we know how much pipe power, how much arm and ammunition outside there on the road, Yeah? And all of them who criticize it, and all who find it fault, half of them might get killed, you understand? They're talking about the state of emergency. If they didn't nip it in the bud, we would have a curfew and every man jack would have had to be inside all day. You understand? So I want them to know, look at the seriousness of this thing. Take it seriously and be grateful that we have a good Commissioner of Police and we have a good, strong, intelligent Prime Minister, Attorney General, and a government. You understand? And we have these people, this government, they are serious. They are not playing games, Andy. Let me keep it real. And when with the last government, we had Pete Rowley. Let us keep it real. He was controlling everybody and every institution. You understand? No police commissioner could have go and do what this police commissioner did here like a big man. They couldn't do it. Yeah? Because Rowley had to say what to do and what not to do. So I want to say, this morning, I want to say a very special thank you to the police commissioner. I want to say thank you to the Attorney General, to my Prime Minister, and the government of Trinidad and Tobago. Because what they did was to stop what could have been a real disaster. Yeah, this morning we would have been on world news. You understand? So all the people who saying, whatever caller said, you know, this Gary Griffith, please, please, please. Oh God, give me a break now. Everything this government do, these people have to come up and add some negative to it, Andy. We want this country fixed. We want the crime fixed. We can't sit down and fix the crime by only talking. There must be action. And now this government is starting to take action. Before they get 100% support, is the analyst, is the criminologist, is the is and the just, as I like to say, coming and giving the 5 cents rule. Andy, let me go now. But I want to say this morning, thanks to my government and for all the people, all the citizens, all the right-thinking citizens who recognize that what was done on Friday had to be done. You understand? And it could not have been done without, because the people explain earlier, things that you could do with a state of emergency, you cannot do it without a state of emergency. They're talking about the last state of emergency, and the last is in, this is now. This is July 2025. You understand? And you know something, Andy? We want this fixed, this place fixed. And the government, they have shown that they are real government, a true government, a government that's going to do things to make this country better. And let me tell you, it ain't gonna be easy, but you know something? It is possible. So the ones that supporting, blessings to you all. And the ones who criticizing, them is the ones that their friends, their family is part of the problem. You understand? So Andy, you on the, as I always say, the ground report always doing a good job. The callers on this program, they always have it right. You understand? So we're going to continue working, we're going to continue praying, and we're going to continue supporting the government. And again, I say, thanks to the government of Trinidad and Tobago for doing what they had to do on Friday to stop a disaster in Trinidad and Tobago. Have a blessed day, Andy.
Good morning, Andy. Like you're toting feelings, you're not answering my voice notes anymore. I want to ask a question. Does anyone know where is Farah? Good morning, Andy. Like you're toting feelings, you're not answering my voice notes anymore. I want to ask a question. Does anyone know where is Faris Al-Rawi today? I'm not hearing from him. The TTP has to run a full investigation into CPAP and him because he's responsible as the line minister for $1.4 billion of taxpayers' money being paid to SPEEP without cabinet approval, and that's corruption. So DPP and TTPS, do your jobs and arrest Al-Rawi for misbehavior in public office. It's time for someone to finally pay for white-collar crime, Ferris. And it's you. Have a good day, Andy.
Morning caller, we're calling from you. We'll take some calls now. That voice note was playing while one or two people was trying again. So I was just cutting it in order to finish off that voice note. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Pleasant good morning, Brother Andy. Pleasant good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Mickie, Lennox Smith. Pleasant good morning again, Trinidad and Tobago. Now, this is all Brother Carnage, and this is my opinion this morning. I want to voice my opinion. I like people to understand. Let us do not forget, right? And first of all, before I go further, I want to say pleasant morning to the Commissioner of Police. Friday, we did get it wrong in a certain way because of how the move makes. So I want to say pleasant good morning to you and for a job well done so far to this point. Now, what I would like Trinidad and Tobago to understand and remember, all I could remember for the old years, they kill a big lawyer, a big prosecutor when he coming out of church with his family. Trinidad and Tobago always remember that. Eh? Trinidad and Tobago, and you all remember the things that is going on when Dr. Rowley and them wasn't taking care of the crime situation. One of the first things this government do when they came in office is to get a commissioner of police appointed, a commissioner of police, not no friend and no partner. We're talking about people who will do what it takes to bring Trinidad back on the right footing, right? So just let us take our time. Some of we are like, we feel it's a magic wand that this government gets since they come in office. So people want to see everything happen. That today they see something, tomorrow they see something. No, governance around. So people remember it's 10 years, a whole decade that these people that had this country, and look only hearing for yourself what it is taking place in the country today, in parliament, the kind of squandermania, the things that they did before the election, right? And remember, with Ms. Dana Sitahan, right? There are a lot of things taking place in this country that if the government and the police service do not do what they're supposed to do, it will have a knock in this country. This country will be out of hand. The reason why it have law and order is because we have to follow protocol, we have to follow rules, we have to follow the law. And if it have people who bent on disrupting the country because our government has changed, because it cannot get away, well, then it is the right thing for what the government is doing. Remember when a panel van went by one of the most serious stations in Trinidad and Tobago, Besson Street Station, and wait for a man who was going inside? All I can remember that, all I can remember the courthouse, when the prisoner was coming out of the courthouse, he had a handcuff, and they shoot him with a police escort. All I can remember them thing. So if we continue in that line down the road, which part will reach, somebody had to stand up, somebody had to say enough is enough, and the PNM wasn't saying enough is enough. You know what? So this administration doing what it's supposed to do to protect the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. So all want to be saying all kind of things and running them out wild and this and that. Only remember the things that happened under the PNM. Remember, they call a state of emergency because of that same panel van situation, and they believe, that's what they say, they believe they get information that something going on escalate because they have a lot of revenge killing and thing. No! The commissioner gets something. The present administration say, all right, Mama say, at one time I thought, well, the commissioner they do it just so, but it wasn't like that. He talked to the head of national security, which was the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. He talked to the head, he talked to Homeland Security, he had discussion with them, and as a result of that, they gave him the all clear to do what he is doing at present. So Trinidad and Tobago, let me take the time now, please. Right? And if we want good governance, then we take the time and support this party because if this party ain't do what they're supposed to do, who we going to live with? Talk to them, brothers and listening, and we locked on.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from? Where's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Andy, good morning to you. You sounded like how I feeling, but you know we had to keep the fires burning. We had to keep the fire under those front burners burning, boy. You know, but God will give us the strength to do it, to do what it is we have to do. Andy, I keep saying for the last Andy, today is what, the 8th, the 21st. It's not even 3 months yet. This government in office, but all these low lives and them, that's why I have to call them, you know, Andy, low life. Come balling, making video. Oh, we give all the job to do and all they can't do it. All they didn't have more for all. I never see some of them on a video telling Rowley what to do and what not to do. But it's not even 3 months. I'll tell you the exact amount of days, boy. I'll tell you it, right? We are, what today is the 21st? 82 days, Andy. 82 days. I have it marked off on the calendar. And they want this government to wave a magic wand and get everything done with them. We just saw an appropriation budget, the budget pass, right? They have not made their first budget yet. How the hell are they expecting to get this all they want? All the bag of goodies for shit to roll out. Look at how many things they have done so far. It might look important to some all you, right? But it was important. It was important, Andy. And I agree with Woodbrook. I agree with her. Now they're talking about, I don't know, Michaela and Penny. Well, we know Penny was half dead, Penny all the time. She couldn't say a word because Rowley with a kick shout like how he kick shout in the Senate, right? But now you're coming to talk a set of crap with Rox and Michaela, right? All of them, none of them had a word to say about Rowley SOE. None of them, and if I'm not mistaken, in 10 years he called it twice. None of them had a word to say. But Andy, I don't know if you remember when the crime situation was escalated. Mrs. Prasad Bissessa was calling on Rowley to call us SOE, and they never took her on. Now they want to criticize. I don't know why Rowley don't shut him out and go and fight for the land that he's fighting for. Shut him out. We don't want to hear nothing from you. You messed up this country. You and the PNM messed up this country. I only expect the partnership, Mrs. Prasad Bissessa, Mrs. Prasad Bissessa, to wave a magic wand and fix everything. Sit down and wait. Right? She was asking them to call an emergency, but the only way they called that emergency because the new elections was coming up. And they only did it to show the country, well, look, we're doing something about the crime situation. It was murder by the minute. Murder and mayhem, and they never did anything. Now all they want to criticize the woman for calling an SOE, but Andy, although we were a bit confused on Friday what it is went on, I like that Commissioner of Police, after hearing the Commissioner of Police, and then after listening to the Attorney General and Mrs. Prasad Bissessa's statement, right? I agree with how things were done, because you remember we were saying it's not real and all that, because usually it was the other way around. The Prime Minister would come and say, look, I have advised the President, right? But this time it was an emergency and they didn't have time to do all of that, right? But lo and behold, if according to Woodbrook, if it's the outer situation, go ahead, do what is all you have to do, because it is getting out of control. And I think, in my opinion, Annie, I think they should have a limited curfew, because these people are still free to roam where they want to go, right? That should have been done. Now, another thing, I agree with Trump, right? Where is Farris? Is Farris in hiding? Because we are hearing now, the man from CPEP is saying that he was commanded, right? He was commanded and instructed to do over all those contracts, right? So where is Farris? So is he in some corner trying to make up an excuse now? All the time Farris is very, very vociferous, loquacious, talking non-stop. Where is he now? We're not hearing a word, And imagine, Andy, the same government that the PNM is saying, not helping the people, that's me only give them a wish list and send them to the same government to do it. Make that make sense now, Andy? If the government not helping people, why only sending the people to the government for? And before I leave, Andy, I want to tell this man they call Marvin Gonzalez, you're a liar. You're a 24-karat gold liar. To come and say at that press conference, and anybody could go and check it, right? That you could have never take a cabinet note to Dr. Rowley with only one ethnic group on it. You hear a lie? That's a big lie. A big stink lie. Because we saw Penelope Beckles when they picked the board of planning. It was only one ethnic group on it. And because I keep telling them when all you want to come and lie, it have people out here will expose all your lies. Because if they have selective memory, Andy, we don't, we don't have selective memory. And that is the road all you want to go down. We will go down that road with all you. And I want to tell Brian Manning as well, continue, never give the people of San Fernando anything, suddenly only dishing out hampers and everything. Continue doing what is all you're doing while all in opposition and all will remain in opposition. They are not to come back in this office, to take office again, to destroy this country. Never, ever again. Andy, I thank you. I hope that you feel a lot better and have a good one later.
Thank you very much. Yeah, caller, go ahead. A pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from? And what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Calling
let me say,
calling from the east.
From the east, right?
Calling from the east.
From the east, right?
Yes, pleasant morning to the ground report again.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Yes.
want to tell Kayla Pandey and Gary Griffith, stay away from UNC business. Gary Griffith, when he was there, 1 minute is at UNC, 1 minute is at PNM. He's a machine mouth. You have no resolution for no crime. You're always pushing him out into people's business. Mind your business, Gary Griffith. Stay away from this government. You and Makila Pandey are no shame. Always united backwards, not united front. Stay away. We don't need your support. We don't need your help. Talk about Stuart Young family who was held with all them illegal activities. Where you hide tree and calling people cockroach. You're not good. Stay away from UNC business. They know how to run the government. They don't need your help and your assistance. And I'm going to tell that Zabuka at one point who always trying to bring down the government and boarding the fire CPEP and then bringing them back. But let's tell you now, when Rowley was in power, they couldn't say nothing. Rowley turned this country upside down. Makela Pandey, where you was hiding. When Rowley turned the country upside down, you come out now out of a shell. You don't no shame, you're disgracing your own family. Go and look for something to do now. Go in the forest now. Go and plant something now. Get your hands. Haul. Have a nice day. Steady Ground Report.
Andy, good morning. You and members of the ground report. Andy Lower Santa Cruz here. Andy, I agree with Auntie Kamala and the police commissioner them 100%. 100%. Only two things, they should have bring a limited state of emergency in the crime hot areas and bring back a flying squad. And I keep saying that when Burroughs and them are around criminals to shake. It have a policeman who's supposed to come back from one who was on some when they find the girl and they beat up the man and he died. I inspector, I was an inspector, he's supposed to come back, but we need policemen like he, you know. So Andy, you and Mickie and I think all you have a blessed day.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Andy, Mikey, Lennox, good morning. Yeah, man, I hear the commissioner, but we really talk some good thing about the jail and thing, how he was in the jail and thing, and see how it's a room for plenty of them. But I feel we doing something good too because, all right, don't have no contact with no family, no friend, no phone, nothing in itself. Looking at the country, what it does do, you understand? Because you're making your jail. Is not to get no contact with nobody, and the jail's time for these fellas increase it. You kill, you rape and kill, you have guns and ammunition and you get caught with it. They find 50 years and up. You understand? 40 years and up. Now 5 and 10 years again. They just lost them away in jail. And no contact with nobody, family, nobody, even no visitors. That is a punishment. You understand? All the men who play the killing and getting with that, hang them fellas. Hang them. Have no mercy again because look at which too. Look at girl in Grandy. Look at which too. So now that fellow will kill them now, kill that girl now, put you in a suitcase now. He going to sit down and get fat over that friend money there now. No, man. These fellas supposed to get an injection and put them to sleep one time, they'll go away. You understand? Things need to change. Crime need to stop. You understand? I have no mercy on those fellas because I have no mercy on other people's families. People crying and burning every day for their loved ones. The commissioner, I leaving all this in your hands for you to deal with. But the sentence to these fellas, 40, 50 years. Up there, you know? Yes, it's supposed to be.
Morning, Andy. Andy, why you not answering the phone?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mickie. Good morning, Trinity Bigo. Good morning to everybody in life. Andy, listen to this now. You see this white collar crime? Boy, this thing is so saturated in this country. You have all these so-called bigwigs all over the place. The corruption is so widespread in this country. Let me tell you something. You see what happened there Friday one day when the commissioner of police come out and speak to the nation? You know, that only just the tip of the iceberg, you know. That's just the tip of the iceberg, you know. Just imagine a man like Faris Alwari, over 200 and something $1 million alone a man getting. Not to mention the other things that is going on in the country concerning white collar crime. Let me tell you something. You see that Rowley administration? Boy, them have a lot to answer for, you know. Them have a lot to answer for. If you really watch it, look at the fourth estate of the country, the media. Check what's going on with the media. Them fueling this evil, boy. They fueling this evil. This media we have in Trinidad and Tobago here. There's a set of wicked people in this country, you know. And they're hiding behind the scenes where the naked eyes cannot see them. But God has seen them. And God exposing them. You understand? But don't worry, none of them ain't going to escape. Because it's God who put his government in place to uproot and root them out. Because them has been destroying this country since 1956. God will sleep. And go on. God bless.
Andy, good morning. This is Kingsley. Look at what Kingsley's doing. Andy, good morning. This is Kingsley. Look at what Kingsley's doing.
Oh my fucking God. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God.
Andy, Mickie, Lennox, Trinidad and Tobago Central here. Pleasant, good morning. Andy, I seen it on your face, boy. I know you need to get some rest. I seen it in your face. But you're so love and you have the compassion for what you're doing for the people. Don't worry. I hope that you can get some kind of rest today. Try and get some rest today, Andy. You don't want it, you need it. And thanks for always giving us that hearing and that great information that you, Mighty K, and Lennox Smith has always given us every single God Maker morning. Right? But I could see you need some rest, Andy. So try and see sometime today to make sure and get that rest. You need it. Right? So once more again, I would like to congratulate our hardworking government and our great Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, for taking this step to do this great favor for the people and safetyness in this country. Right? What Gary Griffith needs to do is to come out and start to speak the truth from as a child to this present time. Why he doesn't go and study when he went and hide his family, which is Pumpkin Vine family who had run in a drug block, which was Pingling Small Ping stepdaughter. Right? He needs to come out and tell the country where she is and what is the outcome of that case and stay out of the UNC business. The UNC business is not his business. Right? That is why they get rid of him, because he's a trap and he's a man love the thing called position and he's not getting that. So he just running all over the country headless. Right? You was there once upon a time and the people get rid of you. For this next another one, Mr. Chronic Bacchanalis, he needs to see what he wearing as undergarment and check himself. This marvelous Gonzalez. Right? He is a big failure to yourself, to your generation, and to your party, that what you say you representing. You need to take your time, partner. You talking about our great minister for home security, about he causing more chaos in this country. You is a chaos by itself. You is a chaos to your own self. And it's a disgrace to your own family, to the nation of this country. Right? Together with all your colleagues and them, all your headless, all your empty-headed, all your blockheaded, all you have no vision. The reason why all this opposition today, because they're fully done. Right? Everybody ideas, all they want to take it. Or you could watch our great minister, our hard-working minister, that you're jealous in right now, and you wish I was in that position, to say about he causing more chaos in this country. Use that chaos right now, Mr. Marvin Gonzal. You're failing every ministry you went in, and they keep on failing even up to this present moment, as he was in power and as an opposition. Man, move so with your big failing self now. You and all your colleagues and them could haul. Put in nuts with the monkey doesn't want to go. Right? And all you need to stay focused and think about what all you're doing to all yourself by embarrassing all yourself. You understand? Because our great party, our great hard-working, educated, performing government is working for the people and seeing about the people business. Right? So once more again, Andy, we're asking our minister concerning about the health facility, if they could send out serious people on shift to be working at these health facilities and take serious note about these staff and them who does be working morning, evening, and whenever time. Trinbagonian, that is a suggestion for we to get a better service in the healthcare and them. Right? PNM needs to mind the business and focus on themselves. Don't focus on the UNC business, because the UNC doing what they have to do by seeing about the people, as we say. Right? So once more people, a serious business going on, and we must congratulate our hardworking Commissioner of Police. He work on things right away as soon as he get the information. Kudos to that. And go to the head of the class, Shagaramas. Well said, together with all the other great contributors, Mrs. Santa Cruz, Miss Woodbrook, Barapok, everybody otherwise. You understand? Always on point and always have great contribution towards this nice, solid, educated platform. So Andy, once more again, I've seen that you're looking restless. Try and see us sometime today to get some rest and rebuild back that energy and removing all bad spirit, because we get rid of this stinking piping sprang in and no vision done see it. Stink dirty dead PNM government once and for all out of this country. Right? They're just on strings and they will soon be bust by due time. So people, just remember, keep all head above waters. We are one people, one nation, one love. Unity is the code, and we running with anti-cams all the way. And we locked on and listening, Andy. And it's that.
bang, 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 bang.
The Ground Report with Mickie K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Andy, good morning. Big Ram here, my brother. Blessings to you and the crew. Andy, I'm locked on and listening to you right now. I just say you say you're not feeling too well. My recommendation is you drink a hot cup of ginger tea. That should really help you out a lot. Okay, my brother. Take care, stay strong, and be blessed. Thank you, my brother.
Hey, let me say morning to Leo. Partner Leo, man. Leo, good morning to you.
In 2011, Kamala Prasad Bissessa called an SOE. It didn't work. It didn't stop crime. It didn't slow down crime. It did nothing for crime. We still had the crime, even when she lost the election in 2015 against Smartman Rowley. So, folks, it's alleged Kamala Prasad Bissessa had a stroke. It's alleged that Kamala Prasad Bissessa had a stroke. And she's not in good health. Because if we go back and check all the past history concerning Ms. Bissessa when she called the SOE in 2011, she was there to announce it. She was there to state guidelines. She wasn't wrong. You were seeing she. But no, you're not seeing she. Where is Kamala Prasad Bissessa in this state of emergency? Where is her Trinidad and Tobago?
Right, somebody sent that. Who's that person talking there asking that or saying that it's alleged that Kamala had a stroke? Who's saying that? So whoever sent that, or they'll tell me who is the person that mentioned or talking that talk?
Hey, good morning, Andy. Good morning, good morning. How everything's going? Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. Hey, I'm in Houston here. I just passed Texas Children's Hospital. I think that was Kamala Bissessa trying to do back Cuba General Children's Hospital. We have here that over here also. So why we can't have that in Trinidad? So everything good, everything good. I hope it does open up the hospital. You know, keep the crime down, keep the crime down. Good job, Commissioner of Police.
Alright. Nice, I was cutting those calls again. I just cut calls when it is the voice notes coming in, y'all. So, right, I have no more voice note for me to play. So y'all can make back your calls. The lines are open, eh? Morning, caller.
Hi, morning, Andy.
Morning to you.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. Good morning, Mickie K. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. This is Pity Valley. Andy, recently the Attorney General said in Parliament he's going after white-collar crime. And he pointed at whoever in the Parliament. I am hoping that Faris Arari's name is one of the persons he's going after. And over the weekend, I was just scrolling, I came across a TikTok thing where Saddam Hussein was speaking in Parliament. And Saddam Hussein was saying the ministry and the Minister of Rural Development, and I think he was the former Minister of Agriculture, Karim, not Karim, but thing. And these people give out contracts in the certain area. His father and brother, mother and sister, even my daughter-in-law had contract. And they cannot see nothing. This contract was for agriculture access road, it was for this, it was for that. So I am saying Port of Spain got URP, CPEP, and forestry. And South Trinidad, or rural South Trinidad, got this money from agriculture. And again, Faris Arari name is calling. And what I'm noticing, their names calling inside and outside Parliament. And nobody saying a word. They're not saying anything, nobody threatening to go to court. And finally, I want to ask Marvin Gonzalez how he feeling, because all is the Indians who got contract under the rural development story. So I want to ask Marvin how he feels, which part of the world he was feeling in. Thank you very much.
Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong Report this morning?
Andy, good morning. Mickie, Lennox Smith, Director. Andy, well, there's our listening. I say, no, our learning. First thing first, state of emergency, that ain't for people like me at all. That ain't for people like me. That is not for citizens who does the right thing when they come. Right? And I'm also glad if they can crack down on some of these criminal elements, whether it's in high and low places, whether it's in until beacons and one, whether it's in government office, past government official, it could be present. Because for so long we have been seeing, when you talk about criminal and crime, we have a tendency of just looking at the east-west corridor. And things that bother me, Andy, is when I can see, and I will talk about this until I get straight. The second morning to Freddie Sharman, hard-working young lady. Oh God, Miss Jolene John, that woman I should have stopped work. Good morning to you, honey. I can call you honey. To my Minister of Work, the Honorable Jolene John, and to Dr. Munilal, I know just some people, we've seen everything where gas and oil and these things is concerned. We'll be seeing a push. So, Mr. Good morning to Dr. Munilal and to all the other hard-working ones. And then I have some, I don't know if they'll come to make the woman look bad. Right? People will come to make the woman look bad. Even that, they ain't going on for that. So I see now, I don't know if this is, it's not the Curry Marcel show again. It's the Marvin show. But let me mind my business. Namaste, good morning to the Honorable, my Prime Minister, the Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa. To you and your husband, my lady. I hope all is well with her. And if there's any illness, that she get better soon. But I know the inside and the outside. But not for me to say on the radio. Not for me to say, like for some always big UNC, always big UNC now. All alone who voted for UNC. And this thing that I be wondering, And to Central, I love you. I love you more than your husband. You can get Mexico set up his face.
Kamala sick.
I'm not saying that, Andy. So let somebody else call and say, I know what I know. That's my lady, that's my lover. I was right in the behind that vehicle and Tamala getting the accident, you know. God has put me in place for my people. So you want to see Tamala go, the Prime Minister, when she's the Prime Minister for Trinidad and Tobago, but I know she's my mother. My mother is deceased right now. So my next mother of the nation, is Honorable Kamala Prasad Bisesa. So Andy, hope all is well. When it comes to fast tracking, whoever is in charge, whoever is supposed about activists, KFC, I hear Kingsley crying, I'm saying good morning to all you, Kunji, all those who does be at the front, who does be at the front when they say protest shop a letter today. But I ain't here to beg for all, you know. Me ain't here to beg for no activists at all. I love what I seen. I know. We activists don't want to be like Victor Roberts. They later go up south and hook up somebody for the PNM. We are loyalists to our country,
Douglas Magna,
to our Great One Island, to our family, and most of all, I feel we are loyal to the UNC. And when Ravi Ratiran said, look, I will always talk about this, you know. I said, Anderson, you went and push on a man who just take away Jinge and give people Jinge and black magic, that remove black magic. This is the man young King went and push on, you know, and KLC, you know. I told it, you know. So it had nothing I feel I never I've done for my country. We're standing up for a right government, a right thinking government, thus far. And when it comes to Heinz, when they say I orchestrate the training water, and if Heinz, if I didn't really orchestrate it, I orchestrate calling in news media. If I had orchestrated that visual lines, I would have drowned you. Me asking you. If I did instead of kicking water on you, I would have drowned you. But the water was very high. And I'm saying this to say all of this to Andy. What about the young fella who kept the water lines and beat him? He is deceased now. Who knew and see that you have a young great footballer playing for the police club. One of the best footballer in Laventille. Yeah. And nobody doesn't really ask how his son going. So some of you UNC activists, let's tighten all your belt now. Right? They don't like the talk about whole strain. This was until next year now. Why is he watching all them PNM? All strain, you know. Why all the PNM? Why is Eddie selling CPEP? Why is Eddie selling CPEP doing PNM nasty work? Whole strain KFC, Kunji whole strain, Mickie whole strain, Lennox Smith. You should be an e-sport Spain board with Laventille, man. You should be the chairman of e-sport Spain. But Lennox Smith whole strain. What I don't feel because I think with Lennox Smith, I don't get that, you know. Don't get that at all. Andy, you hold strain too. I mean, we have to get the people time. Why is he getting them time? Sean Felix and them, and Sean Felix and them are Smith. You know, you can put me in court. We don't care about you. Let us spell and read and thing. I is one human being, don't care about you. My son is 2 years and counting from 1 to 10 in Spanish. So why is he holding strain? Oh, you know, because you know, next time you get a black label like Victor Roberts. So Andy, Mickie K, I know things are with you. You suffer for 10 years. You almost push you back down in your throat. And nobody can MC a program like you. Or be a commentator or anything like you, Mickie K. But Mickie K whole strain. Lennox Smith, pressure with you. You're still in your old car. You're still in. You have a government house. But Lennox Smith whole strain, partner. Andy whole strain. All the ANC activists. All the meeting on the streets and right? Or the whole this train now.
Yeah, but where's the moral to your story? Because
the moral of the story the moral of the story is we all in train, right? And I said that Ems calling the radio. I said that dance. I said that all San you this call. I said the people not reach. Well, why they not reach? All the PNM activists was collecting half a European salary. I don't want to collect half of nobody's salary. But why is he holding strain? Why is it people, why they must kill you, Andy? Yeah, you live in a second life. Not you alone. I and all. I just shot already. I just rob. Why is we doing all of that? And we holding strain. Any selling CBEP office. But all right. Well, if I already pay them contractors, I be happy for that. But pulling the UNC ones, pulling all the UNC activists on them now. Huh? There are people in the UNC because the UNC they haven't worked for 10 years. But why do you hold them straight? Chance the exam still getting contract money from Europe. I talk to the show them out it. But I do like better of us, or you will get me to come and cost no UNC. I will tell them my mind. What about yellows? Your money she always in yellow. What about she? Me KFC who come in, I mean Kingsley, I don't cry, you know. I tell you like from the Labas. The moral of my story is, why is the UNC activists crying? And I don't call here and talk about no arm, give them no time, because you know what's going on. But we trying to sound good. We trying to sound good on the radio, but give them time. Why is you give them time? Give them activists steady 10. Give them activists steady 10.
Well, all right.
And give them man tell myself first, I ain't calling any name. Yeah, boy, I gotta talk to the minister committee development for me, because I want to stay in self-help here, you know. And he says, still have food to eat in self-help all now. Right? We'll be waiting on budget. Why they calling in the PNL people to get them contract? And all the grants and things, all the home grants. Whole strain, whole strain. So all the doctors, UNC, nothing. My honorable Prime Minister, the show you best. And all the UNC activists, all the one strain now.
Right, so before you go, whatever, before you,
and there's no plenty, you know.
Right, before you
go,
yeah, but before you go,
to go high court. I alone going to court with him.
Right, but before you go, Anderson.
Nobody told me to go to court with him.
Anderson.
Pushing on a man who removing chingy from people. I put that, you know. But Andy,
where do?
I happy, I don't mix and choose.
No, before you go. Anderson, before you go, where say do? Where say God punishing you? You say holding strain. Where do?
Man, I remember they say them Pune, they remove black magic. A man with removing chingy. And getting your chingy lale. And all kind of thing. That's the man I push. Eh? Yeah, but Anderson will sing all strain. But none of them out in but like my own. None of them out in wrong like my own.
All right, but wait. So watch now. Wait. So since you push down whoever is this man,
you man like you said a prayer me and Kingsley alone. I can't see why. You man like if I got to remove Chumbi from people, I like to remove a Chumbi from somebody to tell Anderson. I go take my grandmother, I go to know, boy. I go take my grandmother, I will shove up this, you know.
You feel that bone that walk something on you?
I'm telling you. Good morning. Yeah, that's
hey, before you go, make sure you tell Kareem and all, you have to hold strength for the next 5 to 10 to 15 years.
Kareem laughing. The more Kareem you think, the more you laugh. He's a kicks, man. You're laughing.
Right?
Yeah. You're cool it.
You're cool it in a position.
You're cool it.
For the next 10
you're being yourself. Yeah.
Next.
I was 15.
Well, if that is why you say you ain't seen your way, next time, don't push down no pundit or don't do them thing.
Don't come to thing, anything I call in somebody else, but let Kingsley do it by yourself next time, boy. What? Man, make me a moment, my shopping. Don't tell the thing, boy. The man is have nothing the man into, boy. He feels like a different. Boy. Or don't push up pundit nowhere. I'm just gonna listen.
Oh God, hey boy. Oh boy, man, I'm a regular boy, but this man, that man say, since he push the pundit, pound it down. He see where, but the telling he was straight. He said he lost his woman. He said things just blight. Oh God, oh God, oh. Hey, Lennox Smith. Hey, a pleasant good morning to you. Make sure don't push no pound it there. Because you lost in your woman, you lost in everything. Yeah.
Well, I realize that now. That is another dimension. But of course, I don't believe you should push any member of the clergy or the what I consider to be the religious establishment. You know, those of the ecclesiastic class. So, and as an experienced man like that, he should have known that.
Yeah, he says that he seen anyway. And that's why he still had to be holding strain. He hold strain. He put he put that and I said, he can't see where saying that. He said next time he really Kingsley them to push he put it for themselves. Pretty honest this morning, boy. Oh God, boy. Lennox Smith, boy wasn't feeling too good, boy, but that man, boy, you understand that man fella in truth, yes? Lennox Smith, a pleasant good morning to you. Oh,
pleasant morning to you as well, my friend. A pleasant good morning to you as well. Yes, indeed. Of course, we had a wonderful weekend. What is a pleasant good morning to all and sundry, East, West, North, South, Central, our friends in Tobago, and wherever you are, streaming on the World Wide Web. A pleasant good day to you. Yes, this is the ground report. Of course, my apology for not having a corridor transformation last night, but I was so tired, boy. That pre-budget exercise was a hectic one indeed, and of course, very, 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 very successful. I must say, well attended. We had even a shuttle service from George Street to the Queens Park Savannah, where of course the exercise took place at in the grandstand itself, air conditioned, etc. Not in the open area that you normally have spectators and so on occupy for occasions like Carnival, etc. But that being as it may, there are a number of things that are happening. Of course, the Monday night forum
people they talk on the ground. Lennox Smith is that the Monday night forum cancelled. Again, they just talk on the ground, and people are saying because Miss Bissessa sick. Some people saying that, and some people saying it because of the SOE, all kind of things. So things are just strange around, and even open minds to just in the absence of information.
Let's face it, that's right. In the absence of information, people are going to speculate. And as we said last week, there should be some degree, there is sufficient experience around to anticipate what the population would say, and more importantly, what the population needs. And having regard to several things, the initial dependence on the police to announce the state of emergency. And while, of course, I have accepted that there was justification and there was no need for the government itself to make a statement, except, of course, the Attorney General subsequently, on behalf of the government, made a statement on the matter. But clearly, when one looks at the circumstances that led up to the SOE, one could say that it was purely police operational kind of initiative that did not require necessarily a statement from the government. But nonetheless, one would have expected that the media would want to probe and to find out. Now, that in itself would have been all right. But then, of course, the postponement now of the Monday night forum has led to another piece of speculation as to whether or not, including, of course, that. But, of course, one can also extend that to maybe because of the presence of the state of emergency, let's pray that, even though it is limited in the way that it was coined and delivered to us. There's another aspect as well. We understand that the Prime Minister read the attack to her ministers, saying it is not a good look attending, of course, any kind of function that would suggest some kind of merriment in a time like this. But again, in circumstances where I think several of them attended a function at the home, I believe it was, of the Trinidad and Tobago's, should I say, the United States ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago. And there was supposed to be another one that was also held that was attended by government officials. So she made it very clear. So that tells me that she is large and in charge, even though, of course, that is a sort of by the way, or should I say normal process or
but let me ask something. Who is the ministers?
She's in charge.
Not who is the ministers, but what it is went on. The ministers went out partying where?
I just mentioned it at a special function at the home, I understand, of the American ambassador. You know, they have their July, whatever it is, and so on. So I suppose that would have been an arrangement that would have predated the calling of the SOE, and therefore, having been committed, that is my understanding of it, my common sense understanding. There is no official statement on the matter, except that the Prime Minister, consequential of that particular function, and I think another one, had mentioned to the ministers of government that in an SOE they ought not to be fraternizing, so to speak, in that way. Yes.
Right.
In that way, yes.
I also was reading quick there about Carl. Carl denounced ministers flying on the plane or something. So one of the people with ministers flying on the plane and denounced anything about
I have not seen that one. I have not seen that one.
Hold 1 minute there. Hold 1 minute. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, because you're waiting for a while. Go ahead.
Blessed morning, Mikey. Blessed morning, Andy. Blessed morning, Lennox.
Triple G. Go ahead, my brother.
Good morning.
I know I'm not comrade to understand and he couldn't really be done there. He wasn't straight. We can't hold straight. We hold straight for the last 9 years. Literally, they see position upon it. But I touch upon it again because I cost PNL for the last 9 years. And I forcefully come and get a house. God bless me, the house for my family and them. It a people still eating. Them laughing at the UNC activists and them. Sometimes when they be done there, they tell you about UNC when people depend on listen. They get a contract and things so they can get a work and all them kind of thing. We campaign real as we last 9 years. And let you hear Twiggy sitting on board. Me seeing Lennox Smith in no papers. Me seeing no papers, some kind of board. Go straight. For the last 9 years, we already straight. We burn fire, we get tear gas, they get ready evil.
Yeah, but when you do good then, you say you did something good. You did what you do, you push down upon it too?
We push that, remember we touch it, we push no upon it. But I push down upon it because they say I push down upon it. And 2-3 months after, EDC come and call me and presented me with a key to my place under the former wicked PNN government. It's a good and bad and everything, you know.
All right, but then, so,
I support
well, look, you get you. And they say you did that, but you didn't do it. So, what will Anderson and Kingsley have to do then? What have to do in order for them to get you? That'll touch back the pundit, you say?
When they push down the pundit, they might get you faster because we suffered for the last 9-10 years. And I seen PM activists still sneaking in European office, sneaking in places and then.
Whole strain, it will happen. Give them 100 days, 120 days. And when I say that, all you call me and cuss me on the low and cussing me, whole strain. Give them 120 days. There's only less than 3 months to people there.
Well, Lennox is an educated man. Well, Lennox ain't got any ball in the culture board or some kind of thing. And if we can't hold straight, but we hold straight for the last 9 years, boy. It's a paper still eating out there, boy. And the last night UNC activists out here, boy. We say, oh, strain, so I will strain after the budget. And after that,
right, whole strain, get the people some time. Get the people some time.
Because I went in our office by Salam Sunday. When I go to a woman, when I go, she tell me I can't see the MP, I can't see the MP. So I said, they got them by Lama Pullman Square and 10 after the budget, you can come and make noise after. That's whole strain. So I am whole strain. So I will only strain. So bless.
Go ahead, next caller. Short and sweet there, quick. You're holding on a little while.
I am listening to the. Yeah, holding on a long while because this issue is a genuine concern of many of the activists of the UNC. Not only those in Port of Spain, all over. Right? And I don't know if Kamla Persad-Bissessar, the Honorable Kamla Persad-Bissessar, has recognized this. That without activists, the voice of the party will be very weak. Some of us have been fighting for this party for donkey years till we get old. And we have never seen any kind of thanks coming from that party. I don't want to speak for myself because if I talk for myself, the amount of numerous things that I have done for this party. And they have sidelined me so badly. And still I support this party overwhelmingly for all elections, everything. And nothing has been forthcoming for me. And I sit here and I listen to these people concerned. I say, one day there will be glory, you know. And activists are people who sometimes you are victimized because PNM know you are a genuine activist of the UNC. And all what you're supposed to be getting from the government, they cut it out because they know you are UNC activists. And you suffer for the party, and this party now they have a chance to reward people who have fought for them. Nothing is forthcoming. I don't know if there's a blockage between Kamla Persad-Bissessar and people in the party. So she does not know the genuine concern of the activists. You understand? Because I see people, I'm telling you, I know I talk about I see
what
people.
Is the genuine concern of the activists on them?
Well, whatever is there for them to get in the party, they're supposed to get positions, state boards, all kind of different things. And then that's a very obvious question you're asking me. You yourself know what all the positions and things are for government. Because we are the people who cry for the change. We are the people who go and motivate. We are the people who bring out people for election. You understand? And I don't want to go into details on what I do for this party, Because if I go to talk, I'm going to make people feel shame. Right? So let me tell you something. Some people block people from getting things in the party because they are afraid of them. You understand what I'm saying? And Kamla Persad-Bissessar has been blocked by people from giving genuine people who supported her throughout their lifetime. But I really don't want to go and start talking, And nothing is forthcoming for them. But yet I still continue because I believe in the party. Look into it, Kamla Persad-Bissessar. You know who's talking to you, Don't say you don't know who's talking here, if you hear it. And you have to correct the wrong that you have done.
I don't know who's talking to me.
Okay, I'll stop, Andy. I'll leave it there.
All I can say that so far that the genuine concerns are the people that will call. I see that the genuine concern of Kingsley. So you can't say that the genuine concern of most of the UNC people or UNC activists, because it's Kingsley, is Anderson. Well, you saying that, and next person earlier, I don't know if it go. So that is just the genuine concern of a few. The majority of the people so far that I see saying whole strain, give them some time, whole strain, give them 120 days, give them the time, give them 3 months and a half or 4 months, and all those things. So don't let me put it down as the genuine thing of the party on the whole. Right? No, you don't do that.
And that article, Andy, where you got that? I'm not seeing it.
Oh,
let me tell you
that article where I get it by the time. Go ahead, caller. We're calling from and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning? What's supposed to make news that not making news?
Andy, morning, and you hear me?
Oh, reporter. Yes, I'm hearing you loud and clear.
Yeah, and Lennox Smith, good morning, and good morning to all the people who were in the Savannah yesterday afternoon. Yeah, good morning to you all. All I want to say this one, I'll make more than one contribution. I'm making this one, I'll listen to the last of the callers where they're having issues with the government concerning reaching out to the activists and them. But I want to say this. People, remember there's a local election to come. And if the people who are responsible for the machinery that bring the PNM in opposition and bring the UNC into office, if you all play games, I watched certain things yesterday, I watched how they're operating. And let me tell you all something. Don't feel you're not going to face the poll for a local election. Local representation is just as great as central government, you know. If you feel you're going to kick key players aside right now, the man in the East-West corridor, and you should know that, readers face a stigma amongst the people in the corridor, people like Lennox Smith. You know how much insult them this guy, and you just get insult too. You just be embarrassed too. By PNM people, they tell you all kind of nasty things, and I find it's only fair that you look out for your activists and them, because let me tell you something. We wouldn't be going back to the PNM, you know. You see this black hen chicken you see in the corridor here? Anytime they get the history about the National Joint Action Committee, that's the only how. Because this government, this UNC is going to stay around for a while. They are going to stay around for a while. The only movements they could get is from a black-based administration such as the National Joint Action Committee anytime they bring back themselves into politics in Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not condemning no other party and thing are wrong right now, because there are other parties who make the headway. But they must be able to see about the activists and them. They must do that. I see some of the UNC key people who I know is UNC all the time. They complaining and they had a face long and they set up. I as a man went wrong the UNC in 2010 to 2014. I not went wrong. I go close to people because I was never a PNM. You believe 2 key people in the UNC embarrass me and insult me that they didn't play, and I sit down long table and one of them in Power 102 in the earlies with Gladiator and them, and because they reach on a position now, they just look down on people. All they do keep up that, you know, because let me tell you something. You see on top there, it ain't too far from the bottom. And you see these social media now is not like long time. Social media bloggers is have a way they just do things that is bring a lot of difference, you know. All they look out for all the people, and I watch 2010 to 2015, you all leave PNM people to operate and all they only get one term. If you do that again, you mightn't even get through this whole one term. Work with the activists, you're in charge. Don't let nobody dictate no pace for you, because nobody just can dictate PNM pace. You all been well supported by all the activists, and we're going through anything for you. We don't have to go and sign up in the head office and UNC to say we support you. All it is here for yourself, all they know for all you. Or they know who it is for all you. So when people come to all you and identify themselves, give them a hearing, give them a listening, and we don't want nothing free. Let's give people opportunity. That is all I want to say. Give opportunity. Okay? Thank you. Good morning.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, caller. Morning.
Good morning to you, Andy and Uncle Lennox and Mickie and all the listeners. Share the life. Hey, Andy for Grandy and Grandy for Andy. So, Andy, the man accent of it. Andy?
Yeah, I'm listening.
No, I want to interact with you 2 minutes. Okay, Lennox, listen to this, eh? I support Andy from the day he come on our show. And I support Andy to go to be the representative and make the change in Grandy for the people who suffering. So, Andy, where are you from, right? Where are you from, eh? This is a boy, boy. I hear everybody asking for the. I give you the support. I there with you to go work the group before the election to make sure that the local election come home for the UNC. And give you the support. Andy for Grandy right through and making sure that you go and meet the farmers, go down in the corners and all in the crevice. Cook and cranny, you walk the whole Choco, you know, you can have an eco tourism company running because you know how to walk all through the bushes, all over the corner to show people place now. So now the thing about it, Andy, where you have about my work again?
You get something. You get something, but you had a whole strain a little bit. You had a whole until give me at least 100 some days where you give the people the time, and then from there I might be empowered to be able to empower the people that depending on me to empower them. So you had a whole strain. You had a whole at least 120 days or so. Give them the time.
But Andy, look at it. We save $87,000 a month. At least 60 single mothers could get milk for the month. Look, we come and remove the demerit points. When was a revenue owner, then the property tax every month you had to get a minimum of $800. Things working. But you see what I want to say, Andy, right? This is the long eye everything. But everybody's supposed to, who in the activists and in the party, they ought to know that the boards are not dissolved yet. The whole RHAs are not dissolved. It have other boards. I think the important, the NGC board. If you put me and you on the board, you think we have to put a lawyer to sit to go through the contract and them, can and them and NL and them, the amnesty they get, to spend company money, all are investigated. People have to understand. Everybody want to be on our board. They want to be on our board. This is always me. And I'm talking of this time, Andy, because here what's going on. It's the last time in the 10 years, it's the same thing. Greedy, and everybody want one time. Yes, you see a PNM activist today, it's your right to protest it and see. Because the PNM supporters call it racial discrimination. That is the game card. And the activists supposed to come out and tell them that here we're going on. That race card ain't working around this time. Because that's what they're doing. Look what Gaspidoli doing. All of a sudden, the PNM workers and them, the CPAP workers and them, they know what kind of grant to get and where to get and what to get. But under the PNM, they couldn't get. So all they understand it, come out, stand up. Now is the time for them to be vocal and call out the elements. The PNM supporters want to cry discrimination. Look, this heap of nonsense going in CPAP. That type everything. That's the next 3 months to go and clear up. It has litigation. Only understand. The forest don't want to carry to court to get an injunction. So when they stop it, they can go and clean up the agency. There's a next long process. And it's the same thing going on this program. All the program across the board that we suffered. That's what the PNM, there is a strategy they use it with the people in place. And we have to know as true activists and stand up to get these people and them to come out of the board voluntarily because they see the mischief the PNM make. It's 10 years the PNM was there. And yet still we will fight. Who fight more than Uncle Lennox and you and Mickie? Day and 10 asking for contribution, fighting on our own. And now it reached, and it's the same thing in Basdale Pandey time. When the sugar workers and them, the defunct sugar workers, they fighted for land and the water money. When the PNM come, the restoration they will give you is a process. It's a process. It's 10 years. Look what's going on in the Ministry of Finance. Money can be accounted for. And yet still, it's still at the PS at them day. What you do? You can just run and do everything, you can use the law. So we as activists, at least you say 120 days, that you being generous, that is good. Because at least you have to make sure you audit everything. You've seen the activists talking about, just imagine that the crime plan, them is the UNC. Everything they're talking about is reflected. We only had 2 months. The 28th at this point will make it 3 months, 90 days. 90 days when the PNM will come in. Then they didn't know whether going left or right. Let's imagine you're seeing that the level of etiquette in the PNM who only wanted to control everything. You put in people you have to audit everything. Audit is being done. Heritage is a mess. Look, one set of group of contractors was eating food up there. Point at every time we talk, where we get any money, how we doing it. These are things we have to understand that we party need more. And when we come together, and stand up to push the narrative the right way, but other lady PNM supporters call and say, "Hey, we get discriminated, we this and we that." Ask the supporters if they get the NIS. 10 years, that's gone. Ask the PNM supporters if they uplift. But they say the Indian come and they get everything. Only 5 years. When it take 15 years in the long stint of this country, it is in there diaspora work, get outside there, work and work and work. While the African diaspora was misled, give them everything easy. She will get the most of the housing. She will get the most opportunities and the trade away. So Andy, let them follow on them. Yes. Tell them hold on for the 120 days now. All right. Nice for the opportunity. Have a nice day.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Nice. Could take on a call. Mr. Faisabad was on the WhatsApp call. Lennox, I will tell you they know where right. Go ahead, caller.
God, boy, and me, boy. God, boy, I thought you want to take my call at all, boy.
No.
Okay.
The last caller was on the same number, so I could only answer that number one by one.
Good, all right, Andy. All right. Blessed morning, Lennox and Andy and Mickie, whoever he is.
Good morning.
Andy, this morning, and I want Lennox to chime in on my conversation this morning. I understand what certain activists talking to a point, Andy, but you see when I understand further, I disagree with them. Here why. Andy and Lennox and Mickie, UNC himself do their own budget yet. We are still running on the PNM budget as we speak. Yes, I know everybody wants the thing, everybody wants something, but Andy and Lennox, we done getting already, you know, because we have no more property tax to pay. We have no more demerit points to get on the road or wicked demerit points. The children life fund.
I agree. Go ahead.
And then I could go on and on. But everybody wants some personal. So as me get some personal, are you okay with flexibility this morning, Andy? As me get some personal, I want to run out. But Andy, look, this morning, you know, I noticed that is why the People's National Movement has always been power. Because they mash up the country. When the UNC community trying to fix it, we just get frustrated because it takes too long, and we run right back to the PNM. You know what I'm saying, enough? As I say, I understand everybody crying, you know, because I want to cry too, but I understand a little further how the PNM place people in strategic places to frustrate the position. But nobody don't know that. Nobody don't know the woman in AGC, Jason McFarlane, who frustrating David Lee and them every day. Nobody know that. Nobody don't want to talk about that. Nobody don't want to talk about the frustration of frustrating them in CPEP and the frustration in URP, who not moving. And by the government just can put them out. But everybody want to corral 2 months and a half into the government term. But half of them me saying KFC they wasn't burning fire, they want to know. But half of them ain't correlating now, Andy. There was quiet over the last 10 years.
Talk, my brother.
Yeah, because I need overbearing now, man. We say we now the cabinet service says reaching on budget yet. To put illegal needs to win. Look at this morning headlines, breaking news. Forest are very pressure any man in your Instagram. But me not the police yet. Where is the police? A government minister pressure the CPEP board to renew contract with our cabinet approval and we talk about them things. So let's forget them things up. You saw Andy, you saw how dready PNM is? Then are we forgetting what they're doing for 9 to 10 years? I'm only fighting amongst myself now. You know what? I got the fear, man. I feel good this morning, boy. I feel real hurt. Because we done win already. removing the PNM and you know what's that when I mean? So if I don't the PNM will always stay in power, how come we fighting this morning? You feel I'm listening and laughing? But I want to pay no property tax no more? Me see no minister, police ship park up in front of the house no more? Me see no TTRA no more? The children life fund went from $1 million to $1.5 million. So we done win already. We done win already. And that way the people always stay in power and oppress us. And where I just want to before I cuss on this one, come up here.
I agree with you. And then they're calling, like me and Lennox or Mikey, like we do them some, like we supposed to tell somebody something.
Andy,
like,
that is the PNM playbook, Andy. Andy, that is the playbook of the PNM. You feel them don't know what they do? You feel them don't know the USA have an uphill battle to remove some of them people who in the places to get anything? And I was thinking for 2 weeks ago, till I see a document, But remember that everybody will be in the position like I, or you, or Andy, or Mikey, or Lennox. And the PNM place people in strategic places to frustrate the UNC to make them look like they're not helping the activists. And then when we activists now, taking chain up, running out there, cussing the UNC, and the PNM laughing. Right? The PNM laughing, and now people who don't know the rise and who might have gave UNC a try, saying, boy, it's still happening, but I didn't need the PNMS. And then next 5 years, we going back, vote back the PNM, the thief down the place, we ain't get nothing again, and we go and cuss them again, and want to get UNC a try again. That is the PNM playbook, Andy. And I find real big activists who know the truth, not the jumping ones, not anyone and me, who jump PNM today, jump back UNC tomorrow, jump back PNM because they get 500 from a radio, some radio host. Not am I talking about. You see the warriors like KFC and Anderson and them? I find Anderson and KFC and them should have moved better than that man walking on right on the road and paying them propaganda by. And look this morning, the headlines this morning, papers, and we see it. Forest and Warren pressure the CEO to renew contracts for 3 years. How are we talking about that? How are we talking about that? Enjoy money and later.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
A pleasant good morning to you, caller. Where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Ground Report this morning?
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox, Mikey, and to everybody out here. Andy, all the time I was calling you, so I went to need my flour to make my dumpling because I hear all the crab and them walking out this morning. You know, all that rain and thing that we had, all the crab and them walking out. So we're going to make a little curry crab and dumpling today now, right? Because they're nice and they're big and they're fat. Right? Suddenly, all they transport somebody for the election, all they want rewarded for that. So everything, all they do, all they want rewarded for it. And you know what it is about this POing me off this morning, Andy? They're bringing all your intake.
Exactly.
Right? Why they're begging for this? Yeah.
You're right.
Leave me
out of that.
Leave all your, but no, that is the excuse, Andy. They're bringing all your intake on a talk show. Oh, look what they're doing and all they get it. Andy, so far, I think they only did 12 state board. You just can't put people on a state board without their qualifications or anything, Andy, right? But like they don't understand that. Apparently, the one who called and talk about here getting that thing, Andy's 82 days. And we still have about 140 state boards for people for them to put on board. They have to go through each one, but they're not understanding that it's greed in them, that everything they do. Andy, how long have I been an activist? I was left on the main road half past 11 midnight, right, to fend for myself to go home, right? I get some nasty low life, make a video, threaten to kill me. How many things that happened to me? And then I come in here and say, I want something? No, I did it to put my party into government. I did it so we can have a better situation in this country, right? Why it is that they have to be getting on so and making the party look bad? But I'll tell them something, or they make the party look bad, they make all this self look bad. Because not one day you ever hear a PNM might come here and say, me ain't getting this, and me ain't getting that, and me ain't getting the other. Not one single day. The government is 82 days old. 82 days. All they give Rowley how much? Over 4,000 days. All they ain't say a word, but all they coming now this morning and bringing in all they ain't get. Look at all you ain't get nothing yet, but all you not asking for nothing yet. Or everybody put in their application, right? They send in your resume and everything. Where they're going through, they will see all who is qualified to be put in place. But no, but you see that other caller, that was the worst. That was the worst. Because you transport people for election. But Andy, you know what? I strongly believe some of these people heard that we were tear gas, and suddenly now all of them were in the tear gas. Suddenly all of them were in the tear gas, right? And let them continue carrying on like that. And it's sounding real nice. When I tell you it's sounding real nice, I feel ashamed of them this morning, Andy. I feel ashamed. Andy, let me tell you something, a next thing. I never make, you never make, Lennox never make, or whoever, or never make a video cussing Kabla, you know, with Melba Boxell and Julia Davies, you know. And then they don't want to talk about that. No, they never do nothing. And they are activists, and people now come in. No. People could now come in, but it's the way, it's their behavior will speak loudly for them. Their behavior, all they did all those things, and all they expect to still find favor with the party? No. Mikey always have a saying, friends walk in when others walk out. You all were not friends. And look, we seen it now. All you're not waiting, right? And all you're ready to walk out. The PNM did nothing for the people of 10 years. When Rowley tell all it to wait till 2027, nobody said a word. Nobody. And I listen to this program every day. When I go out and I come back, I put it back on and I listen. You ain't hearing all them kind of talk. And who want to come after me, all they come. Me ain't here. All they know me afraid that. Me afraid that at all. You hear? But Andy, people will not like me because I speak the truth. Right? I speak the facts. And you don't like me for that, that's all your business. But all you get like a damn set of crab in the barrel this morning. We all ain't get, I look Andy and them, and all the activists of them. Who tell all the activists of them want something? Who tell all of that? Is that everybody who acted on behalf of the party wants something? No. We want to see good governance. Why all the people on the chats and the semantics, Nick Nesta calling him out, probably don't mind, Sensible, and other people on the chat, Vol, all these people cool. Why they not asking for something? Look, there was what Uncle Bree said this morning. Uncle Bree said, I don't want nothing, right? I want to see the government do good. And that is what the majority of people want. We're coming here like hungry mouth and embarrassing the government. But let me tell you something, they're trying to embarrass the government, but the only thing they're doing is embarrassing themselves. Take what I'm telling you. Thanks a lot, Andy, for listening to me. Take care.
Good morning, caller. Where are you calling from, and what's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
Good morning, gentlemen. Calling from the Barrack border.
The Barrack, man. Go ahead, my brother.
Andy, I'm outside right now, and I listen to all this people calling in and talking about where they're getting and who are getting and all this kind of thing. And asking myself, I saying, I wonder how was these people I'm living for the last 10 years, why? They wasn't living and surviving and knowing that, oh, okay, things was so bad. And now we get a change in government. It cannot get worse than what it was. But what did they support the political party that they choose for? Did they support it for as soon as the party wins the election, they jump on the bandwagon and say, no, I want food, I want to eat? Or did they support the party for the country and for the holistic idea of, here what, this is Trinidad and Tobago, we are all citizens. I supported the party from birth to now. I never supported the PNM, and up to now I have never asked or wanted anything from the party. All I know I wanted was to see how my life could better because of the governance of the country. Not that I want a contract to put money in my pocket. Yes, if a contract come, I'll get money in my pocket. But my ideology of supporting to have a government in office was never about what food I could eat. And I was an activist, and I should get money, and I should get a contract, and I should make millions. You can't be so hateful and greedy to think that, oh, here what, because you ain't getting that, you think you make the wrong choice. So what about the rest of the country now that was under this governance for the last 10 years, that wanted a change and hoped that they could get a change so that at least we could see something and know where the money of the country is spending, and so that everybody could develop a little bit in their lives. What these people were doing, they were picking up bottles, some kind of thing before the government coming to person. They was in a coma, lying in a bed, hoping that when the government changed, they would get up and start to live and eat and all this kind of thing. They didn't have no life or nothing that they was doing and hoping that it could get better now that you see in a government. Or all they just want is contract. They want a place here, they want a place there, they want a food, they want want. That's all they just want. You know, it's again so sickening to know that okay, what the country went through. Look, and look how deadly the seeds of what was planted still affecting us today from the last government. Watch the crime situation. Everybody only asking, so look, the killing still going on. Look, the murders still going on. Look, the robberies and the kidnapping and things still going on. What do they expect? That as soon as the government come into office, change office, all that would have just disappear? From all the people who have grievances and grudges and the drugs empire and the criminal network that was allowed to manifest itself for 10 years and become a big industry now for these criminal elements. Where do you feel all these people who was living off of that would have just dropped the guns and stop and say, hey, you know, the last 10 years I did shoot you, but you're dead. So look, government changed. Let me hug up and kiss now. These people are for real? That won't happen. This thing gonna continue until this government, what is starting to do and how they're doing it, have to make real serious decisions, especially with the mentality of the people who supported the PNM and what is taking place with our opposition right now. You feel any UNC political member could have gone on a public platform and talk about, well, I see that this board, like we living in Africa, we living in Nigeria, we living in wherever, and get away with it. It'll be chaos in this country. The first thing they would have jump out and say, you see, it's a racist government. What this man could come out and talk, Mavala could come out and talk that, and nobody had nothing to say. It's just like normal. And these people are coming and talking about they're getting nothing and they're getting this and they're getting that. I'm looking to see something better for the country, hoping that people could at least be at ease now to knowing that the government working and things gonna sort of change and we went through 10 years. But like something wrong between this country, boy. And as always say, the hardest, the most hurtful thing is when you see you get hurt from your own, not from outside, And it seems like these people, and the last time when the Prime Minister was in office, was she own people again, coming and talking every minute they run into some media thing and this and that and Abdullah and all them dons and them. And now you're hearing these sort of idiots and them coming and doing the same thing. So them I want to see the country better out. They want to see murder and crime go on. They want to see high unemployment. They want to see high food prices. They want to continue to see bad roads and everything and give them 2-2 contract. Say, okay, always you have the supporters, the advocates, and the loyalists. Hear what? All these things they continue how it going on. And I'm going to give all the 5-5 contract and put all in state board and all eat our food. Don't consider or have any consideration about the rest of the country and the rest of the citizens. Boy, let me tell you something. I outside right now and I listening to what's going on and looking in. And that place looking so bad for the last 10 years. And everybody talking and thing and hoping that something better happens. And I hope when I come back that the place could be at least a little better and all this kind of thing. So, all you think a little patriotic now. Think a little government and citizen and country. And let me see if we could work together to try to bring back something for the country rather than just something for yourself and want to eat a food mentality. It is looking good and it is sounding good. Have a good morning, Andy. Enjoy the rest of it.
Thank you very much, Barapo. Go ahead, next caller. Let's try to make it short and sweet. Trying to squeeze in everybody.
Yeah, Andy, morning. Morning.
Morning to you. And what's your front burner this morning on the ground report?
Well, I have a lot of balls to give away. All them people who complain, I have a cardboard, I have a drawing board, I have plyboard, and all them, it's a very ball out there. Why is it so horrible? According to Mr. Santa Cruz, today's only 82 days, they have 38 more days. Yeah, something like 120 days. And they even give the budget there. Yeah, Andy?
You are so right.
But we are the cool. But what?
All right. Go ahead, caller. Go ahead, caller. Pleasant good morning to you. Where you calling from? And what's your contribution in the ground report this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Arima.
Go ahead, Arima.
What's going on? I'm Andy Lennox. My thing is, sometimes I can understand what a man saying, really activist, does feel it. And at the end of the day, if the man on the ground does really feel it first, and even in an organization, the first to go is the man on the ground. The boss is on top of the state till the end. Everything that's happened. Let's go. Let's go for a little while. Nothing does go for long. So people have to understand they have to wait. And they have to wait a little while. Yeah, they have to wait and they have to wait a little while for anything to happen. The man on the ground does feel it first. And right now, we're feeling it first. So it comes as like CPEP, because the people that think about CPEP. CPEP was not only in the East-West corridor, it has CPEP in the whole country. The whole country, Trinidad and Tobago. But the man on the ground had to feel it first. We had to wait. Everybody had to wait and see to take away property tax. I sure most of the men on the ground inside pay property tax. So they say, well, yeah, that's a big relief. Is it middle income people who had the houses, who pay the tax and who really feel it? You feel a relief from that. But you feel the poor man on the ground went and pay any tax? As they say, the poor man didn't own no home. We ain't own no home, so we ain't pay no tax. The man who paying rent ain't pay no tax for it. I feel it from when the landlord now raise it. So thank God, I one thing you can say, at the middle income, when I was say, yeah boy, well, I pay my thing, but I had to pay that this year. But other than that, we feel it in the groceries, we still feel it at the pumps, you know, but we still giving them time. We had to wait on the first budget and see, but remember, Andy, it's so long a man could wait, eh? When a man had no food on the table, it's so long he could wait. People saying they go create jobs, they create jobs, but how long my man go wait? We give them a chance, but Andy, as you say, give them the 120 days or whatever, and we go move from there. So I hope they put their house and thing in order by the time they reach, we give them the first budget, that is October, they get the house in order. After that, you know, if nothing again for the poor man, this place will not be nice. And you know how PNM drop it. You know how them from last time when it was there, the PNM people, these PNM people just come out and protest, eh? They know UNC people just rock back and sit down, and we know that from the past. PNM people just come out and protest. They don't care, they coming out and protest. So, let the people and them, and you closer, talk to them, let them see how they could start to put things in place for the small man on the ground. Prices had to come down for a man to feel a little comfortable. Like how people just want to know. Nothing to raise. We done it already all this time. Once nothing can go up, no inflation, we good to go. That is what we just mostly want. Right, Andy? But people have a little patience. A little patience again. Just a little 2 months to go again. A little patience for the 2 months. But from then, I hope by 2 months they could get back people on contracts and the board members who they need to change will feel it in their heart and say, right, we go leave, or if they had to wait out till the people of them contract end, well, contract is not forever. If it end, they change them then, if they don't want to come out. So, we got to wait and see. Every country has had a whole lot of strain. A whole lot of, and boy, and this crime thing, boy, we in SOE, and murder still happening, crime still happening. People don't care about SOE and thing again, you know. Trinidad, like, we get numb to crime. We ain't studying police on the ground, we still having that time, we party and we going on line. But I see the Prime Minister, the police, she big boys on them and say, hey, no, that boy, over the weekend, boy. I see the guy and pulling and questioning and say, hey, cool that, it's SOE time. But all in all, life had to go on. Life must go on, and hope we do better, boy. Hope we do better, and we go. Let's wait a few months and figure it out. And sometimes, I don't understand, people have kids and all these things, eh? So, I know what to say again, my auntie, boy. But
All
train, and we will go on with it. We will go on with life. All right, next call, man. Bye.
All right, thank you very much. Oh, but let me say happy birthday greetings. Send happy birthday greetings to Brandon. Wishing him all the best and many more years to come. That's Shamila Duss' son, Brandon. Happy birthday to you. And let me say a pleasant good morning to Nisha, Ramata, all of them. Let me also say Ravi, aka Postman.com. Morning to you. You see what it is bothering me about all of this and all this talk. We really win when the PNM lost, you know. Look at how much things we already won. The country already won. No demerit points. Children life fund. No property tax. They wanted to bring they scrap the thing there with the customs. So we call that with the customs and them there, boy. Oh boy. Lennox always call it with the customs there with the scrap.
Yeah, the Revenue Authority, Trinidad and Tobago Revenue Authority, TTRA.
So they did a lot. Not only that, we get to get rid of the central bank governor. We get to organize to start to put things in place to find out all what is going on and however it go. The only thing we ain't get to do is have a budget on we own. We also learned that they come in and they met no money. And what was more hurtful, not even fumes was met. We know all of that. we also know that besides the only fumes, all the ministries owing contractors and owing people, all of that we met. So you all really and truly have to give the people the opportunity and the time to organize and put their house together, in which they have been doing. Because there's a lot of things that was wrong that the UNC started to make right, such as finding out from putting in place still, we know who getting all we US money and why the citizens can't get we own money. They put a committee in place to restart the refinery, a committee board to start back on the refinery. A lot of things have been put in place since rainy season to now. Jolene John, Karisha Amen, Ravi Ratiram, all of them working. You've seen a lot of drains. Because if you check here in here about much flooding, are being clean all over Trinidad and Tobago. Look, I see. And I want to check back to ask Lennox about that next thing too. I see in the papers this morning that is about something about 8,000 people to benefit for surgeries with a medical board come down. I go let Lennox go and check that day in the papers there. So you go give me something on that. I also see somewhere.
I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar with that one.
Yeah, where's that one again? Where's that one with
8,000 persons are to benefit from speediest surgery. There's a team of doctors that flew in, surgeons, in order to treat with that matter. It's across the board, I suppose, from eye surgery. Probably, I don't know if it goes as far as organ transplant, but it seems to be a very wide experienced team that has flown in, and clearly, of course, it would have been as a consequence of interaction by the government, and in more particularly, of course, the Ministry of Health.
Ah, boy. And I could go on and on and on with a lot of children in the book grants.
Average weight, saying that the average weight for surgery in Trinidad and Tobago is 2 to 3 years.
Look at that. The children them coming again the book grant. The organizer and even the curriculum in place whereby we could now start back to exchange books instead of every term or every semester you have to be changing the books. Change the books where you can hand it down to your spouse or to anybody. Watch all them children come and get laptops. We're going to be getting the laptops. The amount of things.
Most of the complaints, Andy, frankly, is selfish motivation. It was selfishly motivated, and I think people are seeing it from the perspective of their own circumstance, and those things that are so significant are generic. But since it doesn't affect them, or they are not the beneficiary of it directly, they seem to have this notion that they must, of course, speak out without, of course, recognizing what we have just, and the significance of what we have just said, because it means, therefore, the majority of Trinidad and Tobago are the beneficiaries. I mean, property tax, for example, that will affect everybody. But because they never had the chance to pay it, they suddenly see it as something that is insignificant to them. But if they had to pay it, it will be a different story. Because remember, if your property is just a ramshackle edifice, you would have to pay, and it's worth less than $18,000 as far as the rental value is concerned. You have to pay a minimum. Anything below that is a minimum of $500. You know.
Huh. So a lot of people benefit. So let me just go back to the lines. It must have front burners issues. Yes, other than appreciation.
Selfishly motivated, yeah. Selfishly motivated, yeah.
I don't hold straight. Yeah. So go ahead, caller. Go ahead. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground?
Good morning to the magnificent tree. I'm calling from San Grande. But this morning I had to go down a different lane. I wasn't going on that. But now, today, I have to call Lennox the Magandhi at the Caribbean. I don't call Andy the Martin Luther King at the Caribbean. And I don't call Mickie K the Nelson Mandela of the Caribbean. Because with all what people saying, without all your fellas, things could have been different. And I pray to God that He will keep all you safe and keep all you on this ball. Because what the people saying and what they thinking will happen, that will never happen. So long as all you are around. So don't fighting for that. Now, I'm going to tell you something. We as people have short memories. And that's why we don't be like that. And we are weak kind of people. That's why we don't be like that. If you remember, when Kamala was there in 2010, 2015, the amount of good things Kamala did, she hadn't started to do good thing yet, like what she did in 2010 and 2015. And email gate simply make her lose the election. Look with this SOE that's going on right now. It have people who can't even remember the 24th of August, 2011, when Kamala declared a limited state of emergency, where they had some curfew in the hotspot areas. Trinidadian can remember that. And that just happened in 2011. But hear this, I want these Trinidadians who call out this government to do this and do that for activists. Anytime you are true activists, you ain't want no individual thing. That's why I call always great people in Trinidad and Tobago. Because all you could call for all what all you want. Lennox Smith could over call for what he want. And that man standing up for you, Andy and Mickie K. Let me tell you something, man. People, if you're going away and you're going with an agent, America or England or anyway, you have to pay for your ticket before time. And you're waiting for the time to go. You have trust in the people who you buy the ticket from and to go to what hotel you're going. When it's time to go on the plane, you have to trust that pilot because your life in his hand, you put in that trust there. And you will tell me, this government, we vote into power. We can't even trust them to do what is right when Kamala was there and do all the right thing. You remember, she never even raised gasoline. That is super gas, kerosene, diesel. In the 5 years she remained. Right? She built roads, bypass roads, highway, major road, hospital. Boy, you know, children funds, laptop, everything, $55 million increase. That same CPEC buy. And people can't remember that. People forget already. We are a weak kind of nation. Let me tell you something, Andy, you know, talk about property tax, right? The revenue, right? Even the Governor General, right? So if Kamala fix the road, if you get better health care, if your money increase, if something happens that you go into the supermarket and think, better drugs, if she give you nothing, she do nothing for the country, brother. This is an individual thing now. That I had to get something from she. So long she could do something for the nation, where I could fall in and my life get better, brother. Me, I want nothing from the Kamala administration. I just want life from God to live in this country and live good. And let me tell you something before I go. The day we could get rid of this racial segregation that's going on here in this country, with these set of people who is wolf in sheep clothing that call in there and playing their good and playing their supporting government, but they're ready to run out and vote for this government because they get something. If we could get out that from the people, this will be the greatest nation in the world to live by. This is a God-sent nation. And God put this nation here. This nation will never fall. So long as we get good with leadership, this nation will never fall. This is my thing to Trinidad and Tobago this morning. I'm feeling great, boy. Okay.
Oh boy. Thank you very much. Oh boy. I want to play some voice notes in a bit. Callers only got to make room for the voice notes and them soon. Go ahead, caller. Morning. Hold on, WhatsApp call. Let me take this call here. Morning, caller.
Morning, Andy, and to all your listeners, to Assistant Professor Smith and Mickie K. I have a couple of issues I want to address this morning, and you and your TV people getting it. First of all, the honesty and the integrity of the Fourth Estate, meaning the newspaper. There was a recent accident involving a policeman, his wife, and his child. I think the woman died. The other person who was involved in the incident was the son-in-law of the owner of Bonner's Plaza, which is Price Plaza. If you understood what went on there, they identified the names of the policeman, his son, and his wife. They have not identified the name of the son-in-law. Why are they discriminating? Why are they protecting a supposedly alleged 1%? Because the person, they say the other driver who was driving a high-end vehicle got out of the vehicle and went to a private institution. How did he do that? Did he have security details to basically help him? And then he attempted, I don't want to use the word flee, but to take a flight out of the country. And the police, and I want to commend the police, I've seen a lot of actions by the police. That was one with respect to the girl who was killed and put into a suitcase. The police apprehended the lawyer and the alleged perpetrator. So we've seen action. Now, the big story, the SOE, and we have to read and connect the dots with this. A couple of months ago, the Prime Minister said, hey, when Maduro was saying he got people from Trinidad who want to cause problems in Venezuela. Our Prime Minister hinted that Tren de Agua in Trinidad, also they have a lot of paramilitary personnel from Venezuela into Trinidad. The utterances of the Commissioner of Police, and I have to give him kudos, I feel him very confident that he might be able to do the job. He said there is a syndicate of gang members trying to do some sort of nefarious action. He didn't name them at all, because we know 7, we know 8, we know that. We also know that Trenagra has infiltrated our gangs. So, is Maduro and other people in Trinidad and are going to put a tag on the opposition, trying to unsettle our current government? Because if we juxtapose that to Taipan, what Taipan say? Taipan say, hey, it's going to have war, instability, all kind of thing. And then your partner, Marva, the Dan and the Man Van, said Bangladeshi and Delhi, seditious statement from my vantage. Me I know lawyer, me I know lawyer. All of that is to rile up the base. The only other piece I'm looking at is some religious group to insert themselves into all of that. You remember Sopo and Popo? Who was the leader of that? Was one of those Christian leaders who was in the forefront of all the match. So I am saying, and I might be wrong, but I connected the dots, where the opposition and the utterances, and Maduro like them, eh? Remember, yes, small, the former Prime Minister went down there about 45 times, and he wanted to tell me we went to beat. So this is where I am kind of pensive of what is happening, and how the opposition is using what they have available, external people to destabilize our Trinidad and Tobago country. Go and have a nice morning.
Thank you very much. Next caller, morning caller.
Yes, and it's my turn now.
Yes.
Oh, I really had man hold. I want to say this morning again, right? Now I listen to the past callers, Mr. Santa Cruz, everybody, good morning, all the supporters of the UNC, good morning again. Now, they have a thing going around with the pre-budget message around the country where they had the one yesterday in the Queen's Park Savannah, led by Mr. Philip Alexander and Lennox Smith. Now, Andy, I don't know if you get to see a clip of it, but one of the people who go into these things, you see, these other activists of the UNC wouldn't talk about that. Yeah, we're going on. You see a pre-budget. Some of them don't understand what is the meaning of a pre-budget. When you have a pre-budget situation that you're dealing with, that is something coming up close to our budget so the government will know how to spend, where to spend on these different sort of things. Yesterday, we got a lot of people speaking like if they're campaigning and they're complaining. People who come into these pre-budget, I think they're having one in Laventille, something Friday, I think they're having the next one. When you take the people, Mike, it's to talk about how the government could develop the communities from various ministries. Yesterday, my speech was all about the ministries and them that could help directly to the people. So activists and these different things wouldn't have a common social media. They would deal with government ministries, keeping meeting in the community and keeping the minutes. These things, it have 41 constituency and it have at least 41 community centers. These is the thing we had to put in place so the government was able to reach the people better. So I don't want people to feel that people looking for personal thing. It's not a personal thing about that, and government can't give you nothing free. The only thing the government could do for you is give you opportunity. They see what the PNM was doing? They was giving away free thing. They wasn't giving opportunity. We don't want this government to end up in that situation. So it's good to hear that those activists of the UNC, like Mr. Strin, Ms. Santa Cruz, and the other brothers and them who come on after with her, will they take a toll on what was said this morning? You all have to understand. You all have to understand what politics is really all about in this country. Now, we see these same brothers and them. I'm not complaining for nothing from me directly, because let me tell you something. I have no political friend. I have public servants holding high office. And that is not a friend. I have public servant. So in order, like how the Prime Minister asks every MP to go to the constituency and keep a pre-budget discussion with the people, I ask again, when you get the opportunity to hold the mic in these pre-budget message, deal with how the government can make your constituency, your country better. It's not about complaining about what didn't happen and what didn't happen, because I heard a lot of that yesterday. And I was so disappointed in hearing that. Now, probably if that clipping did come across on mainstream media, probably Ms. Santa Cruz and the other people them who come up against her, because I realized they had a problem with what Anderson was saying and KFC. You understand? Now, I'll tell you something again. The government now will know they have things to deal with, so I wish to don't hear Anderson and them with that complaint anymore. That message was said and done, and I don't want Ms. Santa Cruz and the other followers behind her to be coming at anybody else concerning these things, because remember, we have a country to govern as a people. I don't want to make all the feel we running the country. I have to govern the place. And I appreciate what the Prime Minister did by asking her ministers to go to the people and find out how they could help within this budget coming up here. And that is only fair. That is good governance. That is good. You understand? So I don't want me to have no bad bone against nobody. And I want to say again, remember, the local election will come around. And if you want to keep that snake down, you have to keep your foot on the head. If you leg on the head and try to hold on to the tail, it will sting you. You understand me? We don't want to move the UNC to put back no PNM in this country, so we can't find ourselves bantering amongst each other. What was said, let me lead that day and bring more things in the public domain that makes sense. And I will close by saying, when these
what? You say you close by saying that these something. Oh boy.
Ministers come to the concern.
Yeah. We hear you now.
Hello?
Go ahead, Tunapuna. Morning to you.
Good morning, brothers. Andy, Mikey, Lennox, and the family, Ground Report family. Now, firstly, I want to say this. I was watching CNC3 yesterday, and I saw in an interview with Ryan Bechu. It's the first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago we having an ambassador station in Trinidad and Tobago from Ireland. And the only reason that I could see him, because the way how the person spoke, the ambassador, is because that they see some positivity from this government, and with relations and what have you, and the whole way and how they're proposing governance and things to deal with all the issues, finance, the crime and what have you. It's encouraging to see people who come in and want to come in here to invest and what have you. That's one. Two, this whole question with Al-Rawi and this CPEP thing with his contract and whatnot, and the lie that he perpetrated to the management of the CPEP company and tell them that it had cabinet approval and this and that and whatnot. You've seen everything is coming and revealing what is happening there. And I think, if I'm not sure, I heard that the matter is going to be referred to the police. I hope that the police and them work expeditiously on this matter. And if it means that they have to lock up Al-Rawi together with the other members of cabinet, including Penelope Beckles and all of them, who would have sat there and approve and sanction all this nonsense going on there. I hope that they do it quickly and let us resolve this matter with this CPEP thing, because this is something that requires urgent attention and immediate action to be taken then, because of the fact that so much people is out of a job. Understand? That is one, another issue. And with respect to what the gentleman just called about with the accident, and the guy that died, the lady that died, is just a few houses from me, right? And they're close to us. As a matter of fact, my sister died just last month, and the boy and his father were in my sister's funeral and what have you. And my nephew, my sister who died, her son, is very, very close with the guy then, and there was lime and thing and whatnot and thing. As a matter of fact, the day he died, the next day they had a river line to go to Cora and thing, and and he was telling us and whatnot, because he been up and down in the hospital, to give support to the family and what have you. And things was mentioned, Andy, and I don't know how these things are not revealing. 1 minute you hear that the guy tried to escape because they say, understand, he come from a wealthy family who own a mall and gas station and what have you in Central. 1 minute you hear that he was pissing drunk and the police arrested him. The next minute you hear that he tried to run from the scene, and I don't know if that is the said person that was found at the airport trying to board a plane to fly out of the country, maybe using the family influence and maybe to pay or whatever. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But the talk is, I think, is the said individual. I am hoping that these issues, Andy, are being dealt with expeditiously. Because we cannot be, look how you imagine, just recently we had killing in the airport. Look, this is another matter again. And I mean, how are we going to look to the international world in terms of our aviation and our airline services and whatnot and things? Is it that now they're going to say our airport is not safe? And you've seen all the things, because I've seen the Canadians and all of them now, everybody revamping their travel advisory, and warning people about coming to Trinidad and Tobago. Understand? So therefore, Commissioner of Police, Mr. Guevara, the DPP, and all you, together with the Chief Justice and everybody, all they had to really get serious. We deal with this crime situation, This ain't no joke, no if or no but. And I want to find out all those prison officers and they who were found wanting carrying illegal things into the prisons. What is the situation with these fellas? Are they still on suspension and getting paid and what have you? I think these are complices. These fellas and them ought to be in jail, Andy. It ain't no way, because this is, look at our crime situation. Because if they say now, cell phone and hit calling from inside the prisons, then these fellas and them they have to answer. They must be thinking, and even that too, according to the Commissioner of Police, and as you said just recently, Andy, I am impressed with him, based on how he's going about handling the matter. That even from within the police service, you have the rogue elements. And all these things, if we don't deal with these people and jail them. They tell nothing, and the time has reached because too much of them involved in too much illegal activities, and they have close associates with criminal elements outside there. And the time has come that we have to address this situation once and for all to make the people and the public feel safe that something is happening. And as I say, all the government, the last PNM government, ministers and who were involved in the government in illegal activities and corruption, they had to face the jail. They had to face the court.
Thank you.
And hello?
And go ahead, and
yeah, and I want to say this, the banks in this country, you know, this Minister Alaha, who I think the Honorable Prime Minister has designated to deal with the banks and what have you and things. I am saying the time has reached that we have to take the bull by the horn and deal with these banks and them, Andy, because they are digging up people's eye. They are doing it and getting away because while all of them represented the 1%, and they have close associates within the PNM government. I don't think the UNC and the partnership and the coalition of interest have any friends associated with the banking sector. And therefore, we have to start to deal with them. Very, very serious, Andy. Just as how you see that what they did to customs and the Board of Inland Revenue. Because when I heard the Minister Swarat Singh talk about how they starve these agencies just to implement the Revenue Authority, and therefore as a consequence the Custom and Excise and the Board of Inland Revenue could not collect revenue, all because why? The 1% and they were the defaulters and they were closely linked to the PNM. And what he's saying is that even the Ministry of Public Administration, all these 8 departments are short-staffed. So therefore it was a deliberate act, it was sabotage by the PNM government to sabotage these the government agencies into doing the revenue collection, what that, Board of Inland Revenue and Custom and Excise, because both of them wanted to introduce the Revenue Authority, because the Revenue Authority, it gives the minister the ultimate power to appoint who he wants, and all information that the government requests of citizens of this country and your banking account and everything, it could come to him because all they have to do is to make the demand. And this is why you see, we get rid of the governor of the central bank. And I'm glad that is the thing. Let me hear him take him matter to court. Because he say take it to court, I want me to deal with he. Because he is one of the main conspirators in corruption in this country. Because when $3 billion cannot be accounted for as the Auditor General state, and you, the governor of the central bank, keep your damn mouth quiet and all you say, including this
Thank you.
What's his name? The finance man they had there again, I can't remember his damn name. And he say no money and missing and water. All of them involved in this thing, from Rowley and Short Young and Keith Rowley and Imbot and everybody, the Attorney General, all of them. We need a thorough investigation, Andy, and the time has reached for me to start locking up these people. And have a blessed day, my brother.
Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, Lennox. We party in power. We camping for the last 9 years. It should have not come in office. It has some nasty, evil people sitting on boards. They get contract, they mash up CPAP, URP. And when we crying out for we active for them to get handled in a proper way, put them on boards, give them contract too. We crying. We see this thing going on. So they can't forget the UNC activists and them, because the PNM don't forget the activists and them, you know. We calling on, we being.
Is now you crying? Is the baby in the background crying, man, not you? I want to play out some of those voice notes before those voice notes people and them get angry, eh? Let me organize and play out some of those voice notes there.
Hey, good morning to you again, Lennox, Mikey, Newbie, and to everybody. Andy, in this case, it has nothing to do with the absence of information. There is speculation, right? That is PNM stinkness. That is PNM propaganda. Because you remember Marvin say, yes, it's the Marvin show now. Until anybody has opened them out, want to run them out again, we will drag them. So for the minute now, we're dragging Marvin, right? You remember Marvin say, right, about the propaganda of the PNM? You remember the president in the former dispensation said, spread the gospel of the PNM in every nook and cranny? Right. Well, they're spreading this stinkness in every nook and cranny that the prime minister has a stroke. But let them continue wishing people bad. People who don't deserve bad, right? Let them continue wishing them bad. And I had to hear it with my ears this morning. You see, my God don't sleep, you know, Andy. My God don't sleep. You see how it take me 10 years to get my satisfaction over all of them who was thinking of my name with box ring contract? Well, I hear it with my ears this morning. All who the blight taken, and I make no excuse for my prayers. None whatsoever. I drag you down. You want to drag me down? I'll drag you down. And the same way you want to drag down the prime minister, all you will get dragged down as well. All you continue, it was a toast, she was on life support, she was on this. No, because the woman did not come on, and she left it up to the minister of the Attorney General and the Commissioner of Police to do what it is they have to do. Right away, she has a stroke, right? When they're not seeing a cabinet meeting, where is she? And this time the lady's right inside, doing her business. So all you run all your mouth, while all you're running all your dirty water mouth, right? She running her business. She's running her business. So continue wishing her bad. Continue wishing her bad. And all out there who like to wish people bad, you will see what will happen. Because when you're a praying person, it goes right back tenfold. Tenfold. Thanks a lot, Andy.
Well said, well said, well said. Well said, caller. I don't know where you're from, but well said, well said. Support that 110%.
Short and sweet caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution in the going report?
Yeah, morning and you. Yes. You know what these people remind me of? The Israelites and the one that was in Egypt. Right? For so much years they've been bondage. And with Moses and with God took them out. Right? And these people still rebel, so they want to go back to Egypt after all that pressure.
Is no longer being recorded.
So what they doing there is they just remind me of that part of the Bible there.
Thank you very much.
This is me again. Arima, to give contract, bam, dummy. You have to have money to give contract. You can give contract and pay them with me, okay? Or give contract. No. So when you're giving contract and borrowing money to debt, so how do you confuse? Sinking in debt. You government don't want to do that. You have to try to get out of debt. So, I remind you about that.
Andy, morning, Lennox. Andy, I notice you're not opening my message I sent for you. I sent for you voice message, I sent picture, you ain't open it. I don't know what the reason for that. Right? But anyway, I just called to say, one of your callers hit the nail on the head. Everybody wants something personal, and they're not seeing about the wide scope. According to them, the numeric points, the different things they're doing with the property tax, they're helping out trend. Everybody wants something personal. I'll give them 100% on that. Thank you. And please, Andy, try and open my voice messages now, please. And mother message. I don't know if it's because you don't know who it is calling you. You're not doing that. But I'm the type of person I just keep it quiet. What I mean, I don't reveal things, but I just send messages for you. Thank you.
Yes, Andy. So central here again. This is a clear indication to the Mr. Fully Duns. Spit him out. Whap him out. Mr. Boulder spelt him out. This is for him. You don't study our great Prime Minister, our lovely political leader, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, about she catch a stroke and she can't balance herself and this and that. The only thing you have to focus on in balancing is spit and the boulders flying out of your mouth. That your spit can melt people right now. Your spit is like acid. Your boulders can bust people windscreen. Take your time, mind your business. That is the problem in this society, in this nation, called Trinidad and Tobago. People that suffer from that kind of sickness, not minding the business. They sing a whole song for them kind of people, so and still yet we didn't learn. Right? Our Prime Minister is seen about the people business, and that is what the people had selected her for. To see about the people business. You need to focus on controlling the boulders and the acid flying out of your mouth that could damage people in society. You're making us uneducated, no sensible videos that the most likely get is like 2. You sound so uneducated and fully dunce. You understand? You're corrupted just like a stinking dead PNM, wicked, cold-hearted, dirty-minded. If it's that position that you're looking for, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay, sir? Please focus on getting some kind of liquid to use to take away that kind of decay scent. Because all your sodas come out with all your bad spirit early in the morning. You're all over on the social media making no sense. You're making a fool out of yourself, sir. Focus on yourself and focus if you have a family and see about to deal with your business. Leave the UNC people. See people business alone, let them deal with the people of this nation business. All right? If you're suffering from that kind of sickness, and it's not if, you're suffering from it, go and look to get some kind of checkup and deal with your business otherwise. All right? Leave the UNC business and stay out of it. They know how to handle the business. You understand? The dancing, the drum that the rhythm is going by. In other words. So mind your business. All right? So lock down and listen, Andy, once more. Central here, and is that.
Good morning. When somebody is critical or negative towards you, your attitude should be, I am better than that. I am not going to let their stone clog up my well. I am not going to let their jealous spirit poison my life. I am not going to stay full of joy. Perhaps you have not been shaking things off, and recently you have let the slingers get the best of you. You have been dwelling on your criticism, fretting about who is talking negatively about you or who has rejected you. You feel sluggish because your well is nearly clogged up. It's time to clear out the rocks and keep your inner well fresh and clean.
Well said, caller.
Andy, people feel more in Trinidad and Tobago. People feel because they are little activists who do a little something for the UNC, right? Remember, you have to have qualifications to be in a position. You have to have experience in certain field to be in a ministry. You have to have the qualifications, you have to have the experience, you have to have a good educational background because it's a country that you're dealing with, it's foreigners you'll be dealing with, and there's plenty of paperwork you need to be doing. So I just can't say because you're an activist, you could talk on the ground and you could talk here and you could talk there. You understand? That the people should just take you off the street and put you in a ministry. No. Right? Yes, I am an activist. I support the UNC. I disagree with all any support. I can't say I go just jump off the street and ask the woman for a position. No. Fair is fair. You guys have been doing talk show hosts. You guys have experience. So you guys can be placed in ministry once there's one fit for you all, that you all could help with the UNC. It's not because every time they can hire you off the street go or something. Oh, my main purpose is this morning, Andy. There are still P&M people working like foreman, supervisor, wherever area in ministry or wherever. They are still pulling in their P&M supporters on job sites who don't qualify. They would go in as what the man was saying. I heard him talking yesterday in the grocery. He's a P&M and he pulling in the people. They're waiting another. They're waiting quietly. He pulling in some man who not qualified in something to drive forklift and whatever. So you see, bribe taking still place, don't mind UNC in power. So that is why we need to get rid of all, as SPA they say, all have to go from Petrotrain. It's the same thing. All have to go, right? From all ministries, all about all them P&M supporters. It's not a race thing, you know. If you qualify for the job and you could do the job, there's no problem, we should keep you. But if you're there and you can't perform, you have to go. Anyhow, Andy, you guys have a nice day. Things will.
Morning, Andy again. That guy who left that voice note, somebody sent that voice note about Kamala. That is the guy who would check the who would hold in the airport with cocaine in the rectum. Check it out. That's the guy who already find cocaine in the airport and they try to take it out with a knife and they cut it, try to do so really in the rectum. Check it out.
Andy, good morning to the Gong report and all God's blessing. The man who said Kamala Bissessa has a stroke, he from Point Fortin, he's some political party. I can't remember the name. He's not even recognizable self. And he always talking a pack of shit. I know him very well from Point Fortin because I am from Point Fortin.
Andy, morning, Mickie, Lennox, and everybody. Andy, Miss Woodbrook couldn't say it better. I am for the government for this year. I regret it. You know why? When I hear and see what's going on, it looked like 1990 was coming. You hear? And I don't care what nobody say. The plots are being made and we all know who in it. When I say we all know who in it, we know who pushing it. Because we can tell from the act, the body language and what they're saying. Right? And I agree with her. I am very happy. Happy with it. I feel more comfortable with that. And I hope we continue with it. I hope we continue for a while until they get everything fixed, everything sorted out, because they're handful and overflowing. God bless them. We have to pray for this government. Andy, have a blessed day.
Nice, just three more quick ones, man. Oh boy.
Good morning. Lots of people starve for 10 years. The CPA people starving for 2 months and they're bowling. And so much as trouble they're making. 10 years, everybody stand up and they fight and they fight and they fight without anything. It also have projects that started 10 years and never even continue. And they do a lot of work all over the place. They didn't finish little pieces of project because it's in front of UNC places.
It's a qualified activist. It's a bright activist in the UNC. Lennox, Mickie, Anderson. It's an activist. They might think be too educated. but the supporters, they could do it a proper job, they could do it upliftment, because we get victimized under the PNM. So every time we call for something, black people call for something, we greedy, take we time. And they, you want to come here and cuss now, because some of them call them out of time, you know. We suffer for the last 9 years under the PNM by. We activists and them need things too. Hold on, I have a judge coming from nowhere sitting on a board. I literally twiggy them on a board, them as all evil PNM people and them. Them going back to the PNM, you know. The ground and the talk on the ground is she looking to undermine the UNC, you know. She okay with the spells, because you know, you have to watch them by the true supporter, the true warrior, the serious activists of the UNC. Them need to get things and get through. Because the PNM will make sure and handle the activists and them. Bless.
Andy, so all them influencers and activists, they must just come and get a work just so. That is not how it is. It's country first, so what them was marching for. Them singing so selfish, right? So selfish. But you go know who belong where, you know, because they will start to show up themselves for who they are. You will see all of them will start to show up themselves for who they are. Because I say, come on now, man. So all they didn't work in nowhere before. So 10 years all they wasn't working nowhere. So that when this government come in power now, all you had to get on like all you're hungry for days, years, all you been hungry. Come on now, man. All you're talking like all you was fully broke. But UNC and Paul or not, the PNM Knights will get work is only common sense. It's only common sense. The whole country will be taken care of.
Nice. So that's it for voice notes there. Voice notes is finished. So before I take some calls, any other serious topic that need to be touched on at Lennox Smith via the dailies? Yeah, Lennox Smith, before I take some more calls, there's any other topic?
Well, yes, indeed. I've been listening unusual. I'm very impressed with the level of the arguments. It shows that we are moving from strength to strength. Very, very strong points. The fact of the matter is that we have a new government in place that is pretty new, and there are several issues that people would like to, in their mind, have addressed already, but it's simply humanly impossible, whether it be one individual or several individuals. There are some other matters that are taking place. The CEO of the CPEP board has literally thrown Faris Al-Rari under the bus. He made it very, very clear that he was pressured into signing or accommodating the additional contractors, and the additional period for which the contract would have been extended. That is a significant development. But of course, I have been saying, and once again, just in case I didn't, apologize for not having any program last night, but I was so tired on the corridor. But I've been saying that I will not be surprised of these developments, having regard to Al-Rari's preparedness to engage in what I consider to be slipshod and underhand activities, having regard specifically, just in case you want to sue, specifically to the, of course, Vincent Nelson matter and his, of course, involvement in terms of utilizing state resources in order to extract a statement so as to indict, to incriminate Anand Ramlogan and Ramdeen. I have no doubt in my mind that he would have played that part as the CEO would have mentioned. Of course, he has implicated both Al-Rari and the former chairman of the board of CPEP The permanent secretary has already indicated, so there is no argument there that the board could take a decision such as that for over, what, $1.4 billion, and without, of course, cabinet approval. Well, the permanent secretary in that ministry has already certified that that is virtually and practically impossible. They must get cabinet approval. So apart from the fact that the CEO was operating under pressure from Alrari to, according to him, the CEO, based on Alrari's insistence that there was a cabinet note that never existed, the board would have, of course, made certain decisions based on Alrari's recommendation, I suppose, or disclosure, and it has turned out that none of that was in fact so. So we are seeing some very serious developments are going to be taking place, and I can tell you Alrari may be the first one to face, of course, the criminal justice system from all the developments that he has been involved in, but this one in particular. So the PNM trying to get political currency have, of course, further eroded the value of their currency. In other words, have opened up a can of worms and now find themselves at the sticky end of the stick, so to speak. I almost use the S word, but of course, people with wide vocabulary can, of course, use substitute words. So I'm saying the sticky end of the stick, and that is where we are at this point in time. I don't know if you want me to touch on any other matter, but I think this is a significant development.
No,
I see that I see that Rowley is on his way to the Privy Council. With respect, of course, I think it would have included, of course, the landate land, where there is a controversy in terms of he purchasing 50-something acres, but of course, I think claiming 80-something acres. And there's a controversy between the original owners and him, because while he's claiming the 80-something owners, they're saying that they only negotiated for 50-something acres, and so they are before the Privy Council now to rectify or to rationalize or to settle that particular matter before the Privy Council.
Go ahead, caller. Morning.
I must say good morning to you, Andy.
Yeah, when you call sharp, Lennox, you go with and people and see what else they have, any headliners that you can raise as an issue. Go ahead, caller.
All right.
Yes, I must say boy. And I must say good morning to you, Lennox Smith. Good morning to you, Mikey.
You, my friend.
Yes, I know Mikey behind the scenes.
You were conspicuous in your absence at the exercise we had yesterday, my friend. I expected a man like you to be there.
I didn't know about it, and but I hear somebody was speaking about it. When I did tune in, I heard somebody speaking about it, and but once you are a part of it, I'm a part of it because you is Laventel and Laventel is me. So I know once you're part of it, you seeking Laventel interest, and that is the main thing about it. Laventel on the whole. Laventel is Power South, is Laventel East, Laventel West. That is Laventel on the whole. So I know you seeking Laventel. So I got to have no problems once you're there. I know you're going to speak on the behalf of Laventelians. So that was once you're on the table. Yes, man. And I want to say good morning.
You want to say what?
Listening. Lots of people are listening in the Caribbean. This I must say good morning to you all. I must say good morning to the next president of Guyana, Mr. Mohammed. I think that he's doing a very good job. I don't care how much they pay Ian Allen to go for it, to disrupt the people election. I think that Mr. Mohammed is for the poor, and the poor love him because he's been doing a lot of work over there. A good Muslim fella, a good East Indian Muslim fella, a businessman who's been doing a lot of work for the people in Guyana. I know that Guyana is going to change the Caribbean thinking of the two-system party. I think it's the first time in history we are going to see a third party make a serious indent in the election coming here in September the 1st. I know it's a lot going on in Guyana. I see Ian Allen all in the people super league. We don't know what we're doing there. And the Guyanese running them the same, but we don't come to them. All the politics, why all there inside there? Who pay you to come over there? Who pay your air fee? Why you staying in the best hotel? Why you behind the president of Guyana? What you know about Guyana people? They ask them, you coming to force the morbid man to say all kind of thing. They say they do not want Ian Allen there. I do not know why Ian Allen going there to interfere with the people politics. Because it's unfair. It's very unfair to the people, because I never see a reporter from Guyana come in Portsmouth asking questions about. But know something is the only party only we support in Ghana, the red. That's the only. Red is evil, and you going to support.
You're breaking up, Kingsley. Kingsley, you're breaking up bad. Morning caller, where you calling from? What's your contribution on the Gong report?
A pleasant good morning, Andy. Ann Brown here, Mr. Lennox, Mickie K, Director, our Guile family, and all on the live stream. Our pre-budget consultations is being held all over the country. People, please attend to let your government know what is working and what is not. These consultations will be better help to disperse the resources to make our communities we live in much better. Mr. Lennox correctly said there's no Monday night forum. To our Honorable Prime Minister, Mrs. Kamala Persad-Bissessar, SCMP, and to all our hardworking MPs, a pleasant good morning. To the Commissioner of Police, great job to you and your team. Moving on. People, here are some of our wins. There's a large medical team here to help our people with surgeries who has been suffering for the past 10 years. 2, just a reminder, we were told that there was no money left, only fumes. It takes money to run a country. 3, laptops for our new school term for our children. 4, healthcare services has already been extended in some parts of the country. And this is our government working for us. I will stop here for now. People, we have to stay focused, stop listening to all the noise. Only positive vibes we are spreading on this forum. We voted for good governance and let this government do its job. The government hasn't read its budget yet. So please stay focused. Thank you, gentlemen, and have a blessed day.
Go ahead, caller, morning.
Andy, this morning when I call in, you must have been here when I tell you. Faris Al-Wari pressure the CEO of CPEP to renew contracts of $1.4 billion without cabinet approvals. Where is the police service? Commissioner Guerrero, you're doing a good job so far. We have nothing much to say about you, but I need you to pick up on this sworn affidavit statement by Mr. Eddie that Faris Al-Wari, minister at the time, pressured him to renew contracts in the sum of $1.4 billion the week before elections. Paging police, paging commissioner of police. So we have more important things to talk about, Andy. Why Faris is not behind bars? Because he's also the attorney for the CPEP contractors. This is what we need to be pushing this morning. Why Faris Al-Wari is not being investigated. Enjoy your morning, Andy. Short and sweet.
Thank you very much. Morning. Morning, caller.
Hey, Andy. Morning. Lennox. Morning.
Andy, you hear me there, boy?
Yes, yes.
I hear you fellas calling you and talking about what the PNM going to do before the local election and all that stupidness. PNM do all what they have to do before the general election, and where they is right now. They don't get it all out. Right? So they have nothing they could do again. So all these people talking like they're frightened. We have a good government here in place. They think they're going to have little stupidity on them. Come and make noise and disturb them. That means my people who call in and talk to that boy Andy. I'm pushing you and Lennox in the forefront. And saying all they should get something and all this kind of thing. Them can't bribe you, they can't bribe Lennox. Right? So, UNC have no problem. It's a bunch of mucks we deal with. All right, boy Andy, thanks. You hear me?
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you very much. Next caller morning.
Hello.
Hi, a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, yes, all of you, and all of Trinidad and Tobago and across the globe, those who are looking and listening at what is happening in Trinidad. I listened this morning, and I just thought I wanted just to remind our supporters that it is we who placed that government in power that we have, and it is because we believed in them, and we knew they will do better than the last government that we had. So I am saying, if our country ever needed us, it is really now. So we don't need to squabble with each other and fight at each other, but work together with our newly elected government so that we can take our country forward to a better place, to where we need to be. And we must not look down at one another. All of us have a role to play in our country. And sometimes some of us are a little enthusiastic and we just talk sometimes with more passion. And that's all right too, but we mustn't fight and squabble with each other. In 3 months' time, we have seen what our government has done. And I am really very pleased. I think their rating is a high one. It, of course, wouldn't be 100%. They have not had their first budget yet. They are still working on the PNM's allocation so far. And their performance, I believe, speaks for itself. And we have to continue to support them and give them that strength to continue to work for the people, for all of us, because we have to be mindful that we are the government. So if they are going in a direction that we do not like, we also have the right to let them know, to try to consider or reconsider what they are doing so that everyone can be pleased to some extent, because it is really difficult or almost impossible to please every human being. But have the faith, have the trust, because as they have said publicly, no one loses when UNC wins. Everybody wins when UNC wins. So we have won, and now we are looking for that to unfold. And it will happen. It will gradually happen. But we have to practice some measure of patience. Please have some patience, dear sisters and brothers, because it is coming. It is in the horizon. And we will just have to wait and see. And in the consultations that are coming up in every constituency, please avail yourselves to these and make your voices be heard. Let your problems be addressed, be aired, so that our Honorable Prime Minister will be able now to sit and consider what we would have presented to her and then take the necessary action moving forward. So let us please stand by them, work with them, and the success will be there for all of us. I thank you. Do have a blessed day.
Morning, caller. Make it short and sweet. Morning.
Yes, my brother. Good morning. Everything is everything, but I would like to hear Lennox take on everything. Please.
You want to hear
God bless. Have a good day.
Lennox take on what?
On everything that's going on.
On everything that's going on. All right. You'll hear his take on it in a bit. Morning, caller. Where are you calling from? What's your contribution on the ground report this morning?
I want to say, I'm calling from Grandy. I want to say a pleasant morning and a good morning to the ground report, Andy, Lennox, and Mickie K. My contribution is that, again, we have a beautiful government right now, the UNC. Every one of them is to do a job, to pull their weight for the different constituency where they represent. And we are seeing that the love they're sending out to the people, and they're doing a great job. Our Commissioner of Police, Alexander, they choose this guy for a purpose, and he's doing his work. He knows what he's about, and that so that they took out is he know why, and it's for the criminals. He told us that it's for the criminals. It's not for us. We have a goat farm. They have a goat farm in Tobago that is not just a goat farm. They have a sort of a league of people that uses those goats, and this goat is there for sacrifices. So that every time the UNC have they started to do their work, they put in people in different places. I want these people to realize that the UNC have put you all in certain governments and certain governments, whatever. But when you all start to feel or you all start to feel sick, do not just run to the doctor. Hold on to press, because the PNM, well, the people there with the PNM, whatever they are not sitting down. Their hands are dirty. They're in a cult. They using sacrifice and go to that goat farm they have in Tobago, part of it, and they're trying to bring down and want to make the UNC look bad. So we have to put all our faith in God.
All right.
And this is my contribution.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Lennox, that's something else again you wanted to touch on, because you did mention about the trouble that it have for Alwari and this affidavits of force without cabinet approval, which that might be what misbehaving in public office, that are trouble.
Oh yes, indeed. It borders on criminal behavior, because of course there's an abuse of office. Clearly, no authority from the authoritative institution, the cabinet in this case, and then purporting to, and there must have been something in writing somewhere, because I got that impression, even though it was not clearly stated in the news article that I read on the subject.
So if he don't talk, it will be he getting in trouble if the CEO don't talk.
Yeah, the CEO will have to say where where the authority derived from for him to engage this 130 something contractors and expanding. Not that they give them new contracts, new contracts in the sense that it has two different expiry date. It has a different expiry date, but it's really an extension of what existed already, because remember, most of them, their contracts were supposed to be up next year. So what they have done in effect is strengthen the hand of the present administration, when of course if the situation had remained as it was, the going to court and seeking a breach of contract would have been, of course, a very clear case to adjudicate upon or to prosecute. But now that that has come into the mix, it's very difficult, because remember, if you have a poison fruit, the only thing could come from, if you have a poison tree, the only thing could come from it is a poison fruit. So the entire thing has been poisoned, and one expects that that is going to be the outcome. Apart from the fact that the other factors, of course, are that CPEP was designed for 3-year stints, 3-year cycles. So as a particular company it gets off the ground or is part of the program in terms of its completing its 3-year, it's supposed to get off so that others could come on. But what has happened in this particular case is that people went on for not just 6, but an additional 3 years, which would make it 9 years. And these contracts concluding in 2029. And that, to me, spells a tremendous amount of trouble for those persons who would have, without authority, engaged in such public display of abuse of office.
Okay then. Time check is 5 minutes to the hour of us. 10 o'clock. And you listen to the Gong Report.
Incidentally, Andy, I omitted to mention that earlier. I want to thank the lady who called me to come and collect the headphone. So I was to do that Saturday and on Sunday, but I couldn't do it yesterday. So I will be collecting today. So so your appeal hasn't fallen on fallow ground or on infertile soil. It has produced, of course, a headphone. So, madam, just to say thank you in other words in advance, and that I will be collecting sometime today. I have to go and be on your side today. I'm not going to say where. If you wish, of course, for me to elaborate a little more, certainly I can. If not, I would not want to, without your consent, to say anything further except to say thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving him for organizing the headphones.
Andy, I have to also thank you as well.
Yes.
For insisting that I get a headphone. Not that, as I said, not that I don't have one. We had to do some technical tuning up in studio here. But I will wait tomorrow, once I get it today, to see whether or not it will improve the reception that I will get from studio and put this thing to rest.
Nice. Hold 1 minute. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, brothers present. Good morning again. To all my brothers and sisters out there, activists who can't wait, who hurry, who this. So look a simple example. Look, Andy and Lennox now talking. You know how long Andy want Lennox to get a headphone? And look, he now get a headphone. He was patient. You understand? So let me understand what it is taking place, people. As I saying again, Trinidad and Tobago. President, she appoint a commissioner of police. She wasn't playing games and pretend she friendly or a partner or this one. She appoint a commissioner of police to deal with the crime situation. All you're seeing that, all you're hearing that, all you're seeing now the unfolding, the things that is taking place in Parliament. When we was telling all you before the election that they was doing things, they was using the CPEP workers, Faris Al-Rari self came out with a big letter stating that we all get our information from. That not true. Now you're hearing Mr. Eddie, who is the chairman of CPEP, what it is he's saying. I want to know where that note come from, who passed the information for that note. I want to know is taxpayers' money, what was spent, what was squandered.
I think Eddie is the CEO, not the chairman. Chairman is a different guy.
Yeah, CEO.
Listen what it is taking place. All you will see progress is being made. Look the people and them, look the good minister come, Miss Mohit. You have that? After people wasn't getting pension, people was getting problem to get pension. Look, she come and solve that problem. Why we not seeing the good that these people are doing and only waiting for rah, 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 rah. All who have to get what is for you is for you. Nobody cannot take what is for you. They could run in front, they could run behind. What is for you is for you. And that is for all the activists to understand. Have a pleasant day, brothers.
Oh boy,
Same to you, my friend. Same to you, my friend. But Andy, we have often said, and we continue to say, that evil cannot prevail indefinitely. And the converse is the case in this case as well, that good will always prevail over evil. So those who are impatient, those who are myopic, those who believe that they have some kind of devilish responsibility to castigate and to malign for agenda clearly that is not nestled in reality, they too will come to expire, just as the PNM has come to expire. In other words, the present iteration of the PNM, whether under Rowley, Stuart Young, and indeed under the present leader of the opposition, are talking about Penelope Beckles. So good will always prevail over evil, just that sometimes we are a bit impatient as human beings. That is natural. But of course, at the end of the day, that is what is going to happen.
Nice. All right, so again, don't forget tonight, Corridor Transformation, yours truly, Lennox Smith. Oh boy. So until tomorrow morning, please go Trinidad and Tobago, same time, same place. On behalf of the Gong Report team, you all could have choose anywhere or any program to look onto. You all choose the Gong Report. Patience is virtue. Let's give them the time, and a lot more will be done. So until tomorrow morning, please God, we are out of here.
The Ground Report with Mikey K, Andy Williams, and Lennox Smith.
Bang, 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 bang.